Yes.
Let me know when you're in, and if you like, you can
I'm
just
in.
proceed. All right.
I'm in. Perfect. So it's the same, same positions, same players, of course, with Lix, Yo, and Vivi in the south. Then we're gonna have Tato, Viper, and Doubt in the north. And on the left-hand side, it's the matchup is gonna be Lix with Slavs versus Doubt as Ethiopians. Then on the right-hand side, of course, Tato versus Vivi playing as Chinese and Ethiopians as well. What do you think about the flank situations for both teams?
Well, to be honest, Chinese is always the pick that we see on 3v3s where, things might start a bit slow, but they're so nice if you just want to go for archers right away. It can work so nicely, and in the late game, if you go until then, it will be very powerful to have it. But the one striking thing is Lix having the Slavs over here. Not anticipate that one, at least me personally, especially if we look at how Secret has designed their team. We have Ethiopians on the other side for Doubt. So, I don't know, man. Is Lix really going to start this game with scouts? It seems like that. So, potentially, we will see both Yo and Lix doubling one player here.
I think I have seen this strategy before, and yeah, the way it works. First of all, thank you so much for the $5 donations. And first of all, I think having Slavs in your team makes for the possibility of having one of your teammates go for fast castle, and then both the pocket and the Slav go for scouts and start raiding and putting pressure on the other team. So I would be expecting Vivi to potentially try to go for fast castle, then have Mr. Yo and Lix try and harass with scouts. We have seen, I think it was Secret, the last team that I saw, try to pull that off.
Yeah, I mean, it can work. The only awkward thing could be, of course, that the power spike of crossbows could become very dangerous if your economy is not designed in a way that you can deal with that yourself. So I'm looking forward to how he's going to do that, but he has the Slavs, so it might be that he is just going to continue the way he does it with the scouts, maybe consider skirmishes, just as a defensive measure against the Ethiopians, something to look out for. But besides that, I'm just also checking what else is happening right hand side. It might be that Tato comes very close to Vivi here to actually annoy him, considering that very incoming lure. It's not going to happen. Vivi is retreating, or is he? What is he doing there? He's going for Loom. But Tato's going to do his best to actually deny that.
Yeah, Loom's good. This is not too bad. I think with Loom, Vivi is going to be able to take that. There is a little bit of lag between both of these teams, of course. That is probably why Vivi didn't really want to risk it before. But now he's going to be safe. Yeah, he's taking it.
Yeah, all easy with Loom now. And also second villager just for safety. He has made it. Speaking of Loom, Yo gets it as well. And if we look at his economy, he is about to click up, it seems. 20 pop scouts rush from him. The question, of course, is always where to go to, but I believe that he will go to the left-hand side, potentially even focusing on Doubts, or just immediately going for Viper. That is what I think. And also the players are starting to build their walls slowly, steadily.
Now, there is something here. I think Secret actually, realizing that Lix was going for Slavs, sent Tato over to Vivi to annoy him, to try and make it a little bit difficult to go for fast castle. That is what Vivi wanted to do, or at least to force Loom out earlier, because Secret was the team who executed this strategy before. So they know what's up. And I'm not really sure if Vivi is going to be going for fast castle. Nope. He's going out to Fuel H now.
There we go. They're clicking up all together. And the question still to be answered, what are they gonna do with their scouts here from SY? We just know, as a matter of fact, Doubt is doing something very clever. He is walling up that gold on the left-hand side to his base. His gold situation is really awkward to begin with, right? That gold behind the wood mine. But he's still investing heavily with that one villager at least, just to make sure that everything's gonna be closed up. And then not gonna be attacked by scouts, ideally. In the meantime, he's also preparing his own militia, soon to be man-at-arms, and then he's going to harass his opponent like that. That is at least the idea. Let's see. Right inside also militias arriving by Vivi.
Yeah, we have these militias. We have also his scout over here. I don't think he's going to be able to do anything though. Tato is pretty much fully walled at this point.
True. Let's keep an eye on how things are developing, because right hand side seems to be extremely dangerous if Tado would not be able to succeed with the walling, but very ambitious walling. It seems to be just fine. The Men-at-Arms will not be entirely successful, meaning that they should maybe even reconsider that target. Go for Viper, maybe. We'll see.
Tado's even forcing the rest of the walls up, so those Men-at-Arms or those militias not really going to be doing anything. They're going to be targeting Viper next, I think, as you said.
Yeah,
oh no,
or are they? Look at that one, that opening. Very awkward. 2 scouts just able to squeeze in there. Obviously, the Men-at-Arms won't be able to engage unless, of course, they batter down that palisade. 1 villager down for Tado. It doesn't look too convenient for him. Some early damage, but in time, the walling here to make sure that those Men-at-Arms are not going to arrive.
That's going to be the first casualty.
Yeah,
BB
2
losing
vills down already.
Yeah, 2 villagers even.
Very interesting development. I haven't expected this one. Also, Yo is now focusing completely on the right-hand side, sending his scouts just to make sure that he can, you know, keep that window of opportunity just up to build up the pressure like that. In the meantime, there's actually Doubt who tries to get down an enemy stable on the left-hand side, just for the record, for which Nyx is even forced to build a tower, it seems. But that is the current situation. Seems that there's no more pressure for Secret here.
We have some flaring going on, and Mr. Yo is flaring the right-hand side where he has 2 additional scouts. That's going to be 3 with the one that he already had from before, but Tado is now about to be fully walled. Like, for real? Oh! Take it! Oh my god, Vivi almost dives under the TC. Almost.
Almost, man. But he saved it. He saved it. And Viper. It's now Viper's time. Early wheelbarrow from him. Pretty much expected from him in tournaments. And now with that one, with a set of scouts trying to engage. And he's going to find the right target. That is Vivi, who is completely open still. And there's just a single defensive spearman against Frank's scouts. You need to be careful with that one. It might be that the snake is going to find his first prey in a few seconds.
Oh, and those archers don't even have fletching. Oh, but it's going to be enough though. Viper's retreating.
Yeah, pretty much. Also, if you look at Viper's space for a
Yes.
second, what is Yo doing there, man? Casually chilling.
Oh no, taking a free hit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like Mr. Yo's army is a little bit too spread out, while Viper is really focusing, or he was focusing his scouts in a single area. He does not have too many though.
Yeah, pretty much. Just looking at the developments over here, both teams are taking their time. For Viper, the reason is, of course, that the enemies are all walled up except Vivi. And for the others, SY also just massing up a lot of scouts here. They will try to build up some field age engagement once again. Even though Viper is not interested in that anymore, he's about to click up to Castle Age and then most likely transition into Knights, that is.
It's going to be powerful, man. He's getting there.
Yeah.
He's almost there.
Yeah, that's for sure. Yeah, also has wheelbarrow. The others are getting it as well. So he already has some nice economy going. Builds that market up. And very soon it's going to happen. The question, of course, is SY going to invest their current army into some kind of fight? Or will they just wait and utilize it as a meat shield or so in Castle Age? In my opinion, not too ideal. So I'm really looking for that one key moment still in Field Age when Yo is going to use his scouts.
I mean, there was a little bit of a dangerous moment over there for the Viper, as he was getting harassed by Lixa scouts, but now he's gonna be fine. He's got 2 spearmen over there, the gold.
Yeah, all good. Snake has everything under control and also clicks up to Castle Age first. And the massive engagement in front of Tado's base. Arch range on the attack, it seems. Oh no, it's just the palisades. Well, Tado keeps everything safe.
Take a look at Vivi's base. He had to pull all his lumberjacks away because of those scouts, and then we also have 2 armies of archers going towards Lix's base. But Lix already went for the stone walls.
Wow, so many stone walls. I wonder for what reason he actually thinks that is adequate for his safety, but fair enough. Keep in mind also, guys, slinging is not a thing in this tournament, at least not towards the end. You need the respective market upgrades in Imperial Age to do that, so you cannot go for Feudal Age or Castle Age slinging. Viper about to reach Castle Age very soon.
Viper is also under heavy pressure here by both Mr. Yo and also Vivi's archers. That is a huge amount of scouts, and that is the reason why Mr. Yo was taking his sweet time to go out to Castle Age. Take a look at that. That's at least 4 villagers going down, maybe more.
Wow. Wow. I just wonder how convenient Viper has actually felt inside of his base. Even the gate's not up in time. That's a fail, man.
Oh,
you go
man,
for
that
TC
hurts to see.
walls. You're up against Franks, and there are just a casual amount of 11 Franks scouts here, and you go for TC walls. Obviously, they will not care too much about the TC defense there. And together with Vivi's army now, so much of a problematic situation inside of his own base. Villager count is dropping. Viper currently on 22 villagers.
This is awful. This is disastrous for Secret.
Yeah, exactly. So,
Man.
yeah, I mean, what you want to do now? Viper has gone for an early Castle Age with a quite strong economy. Now everything is lost. He will be able to pump out a couple of Knights. The Knights obviously profiting from the fact that they have more HP, now with +1 and +1. But I don't think that he's going to get +2 anytime soon, let alone a good number of Knights. That is going to be so difficult now for him to actually function as a pocket.
We did have kind of a similar situation over at Mr. Yo's base, where we had those 2 armies that I was talking about earlier, hitting the farmers, but he didn't lose nearly as many villagers.
If you compare the numbers, indeed, Viper is now on 24 vills, Yo in comparison on 35. This is far from ideal for sure. Players are slowly, steadily going to the next stage. Also, Vivi and Tato are on the way. Then it's going to be the time for the crossbowmen to come into action. I just wonder how soon Viper is going to be able to engage. He's now adding a second TC for his safety. He needs to ensure that gold income. But it will be very tough to boom and to pump out Knights after, you know, this very problematic rate.
This leaves Secret in a very tricky situation, because you really want to have Viper playing with full population, so he's gonna have to boom back a little bit, which is going to put him out of the game for the next 10 minutes, 5 to 10 minutes probably.
Yeah, probably. I mean, I'm also looking at Doubt at this point. He's now going for crossbowman, botkin arrow, but he's going to be welcomed by a Menel very soon. In my opinion, he has been a bit too laid back here. He hasn't engaged that much. Maybe that was the plan, just to mess up the army. He has Ethiopians after all. He can have a nice economy if needed, and also sick number of very strong units. But very soon, Lix is going to be there with his decent Slavs siege, and together with Knights.
Man, Viper cannot catch a break. We have 2 Knights from Lix over here still trying to raid, costing a lot of idle time.
Far from ideal. What is Viper gonna do? He has a set of 5 Knights currently to the right hand side of Yo's base. Won't be able to engage there. It's not really effective currently.
Yeah, Yo's gonna be fine, but Viper has been losing a few villagers. He lost like 2 villagers already, and those Knights with +2/+2 not really gonna mind about the TC fire.
No. Even though if they are just low HP, they can still go in. Ideally even
Yes.
get a Vill. Currently not happening, it seems. But you know, as long as there's idle time. What is that? There were 9 Vills in that TC. So much damage. Economical damage. Really well done here with quite some low effort actually. But well done by SY so far. What about the right hand side? Vivi right now under pressure.
This is where it starts to get tricky in 3v3s and 4v4s as well, because we had 2 engagements actually. The Vipers over here, as well as Vivi fighting with Knights and Crossbows, and then on the left hand side we have the Magnus and the Knights from Lix. So you had to pick where to pay attention to. Try to catch everything.
Yeah, exactly. It's always a bit difficult. But then again, we only have 2 eyes in our faces, right? So we just can see what we can see. That is how it goes. I'm just also saying, Doubt is about to have some serious problems if he doesn't do anything against it. I don't see a defensive siege workshop or anything like that. He probably is counting on his pocket's defense here to actually solve this issue or something like that. But yeah, he needs to be extremely careful. Vivi is stabilizing to a certain extent as he keeps up the defense, going for University himself, very soon with Ballistics. The crossbowmen are going to get very, very strong in this game very soon.
There was some damage from Doubt onto Lix's base, mostly just pushing all the farmers away because of the huge amount of crossbows he had over there. I think he managed to pick like 3 crossbows as well. And take a look at this as well. Doubt managed to get 3 Magnus with 3 pikemen.
That's unbelievable. That were, to be fair, that were 2 Knights of Viper, but still, you're right. With, once again, low military numbers, he has been able to deal a potentially very complicated situation. Lix not playing too well in this very moment. He needs to improve. He needs to make sure that this doesn't happen again, because that was very, very convenient for Dowd now.
Then, yeah, Viper's just roaming around with his knights, trying to find casualties, but no, he's not gonna be able to. They're gonna be moving somewhere else, as we have on the right-hand side, Mr. Yo and Vivi trying to push against Tato, who is on his own at this point. Maybe that's where Viper's going? No, Viper's going towards Mr. Yo's base.
Yeah, exactly. So there's always the question, do you want to just defend, or do you want to go for own aggression to get the opponent's attention in the end? But it seems that Tato is able to actually deal with the situation quite adequately, especially because Vivi is still not on fleek with the amount of crossbowmen that he has, 13, many of which are just low HP. Good timing for Viper to actually go in and snack a couple of vills of Yo.
Let's see. Oh, Yo's noticing. He's on point.
Nice. Okay. Looking good. Let's see what else is gonna happen very soon. I see a lot of regrouping in the middle. Very soon, SY is gonna attempt to strike again. I'm not so sure if it's wise of Vivi to focus on Tato like that again, especially because Tato is saving everything, using hill advantages, placing TCs wherever it's needed.
So do you remember about 5 to 10 minutes ago when I said Viper was gonna be out of it for the foreseeable future? Well, he's up to 61 villagers now. And he's even managed to do some damage as well.
Yeah, that's actually nice. I mean, if you look at the military numbers, obviously he has less than Yo, considering... Actually, not even the knights. It's just that Yo also has monks and scorpions. And even crossbowmen now, which I probably just converted. Yeah, he really did. Thing is, you're right. Viper actually just reboomed to a certain extent that he is going to be able to participate in this game. But still... Tato under pressure, but he seems to be fine.
Yeah, he managed to mostly clean up everything.
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh man,
no more
left-hand
pressure
side
for Dowd, by the way. Exactly.
Yeah, Viper getting rid of all the Mangonels, pretty much for free as well. I think he's losing 1 knight now, 2 knights. He's gonna be losing all the knights, but it's worth it.
Wow. Yeah, definitely. I mean, look at that. With such a low investment, able to get some very important units of the opponent. It's just well done at this point. Lix is investing so heavily, but he's not reaching too much with that one. He's still in front of Dowd's base. Dowd is sitting on 73 villagers like that. He's fine. He's fine for the time being.
He is even adding the 4th DC, so we are gonna have some Dowd booming coming up.
Awesome stuff. It's looking quite bright for Team Secret. Also military-wise, Dowd has a decent number of crossbowmen. The others are fine as well to a certain extent. Their population looks healthy. Let's see if Vivi is going to do something here, because he also has the attempt to actually boom as hard as possible, and he goes for PLH.
Yes. And well, I think this is one of the reasons why Secret, also SY of course, why these teams are so freaking high and almost unbeatable. Because they can just adapt, they can read the game in such a way that is so much harder for everyone else. And even though I think for most teams, after a situation like the Viper when going out to Castle Age, dropping down to 22 villagers, could have been GG for like 90% of the teams out there. But Secret's just that good, and particularly the Viper as well is that good.
Yeah, that's for sure. They're just playing really strong here. That's extremely impressive. Looking forward to seeing what's going to happen in PLH, because also Vivi has ambitions, and we see it. Watchtowers in post-Castle Age, that is, together with crossbowmen, a couple of denied stables. I have the strong feeling that Viper's gonna spam mounted units like there's no tomorrow. Interestingly, if I see that correctly, he doesn't have a castle, even though he's heavily on stone. He's just adding TCs instead of a castle. So what about that chivalry upgrade? Are we gonna see it? We don't know, but we're gonna see guard towers by Vivi very soon.
Oh man, Yo is taking a bunch of villagers from Dowd, and Dowd does not notice. And take a look at that. He's taking villagers from underneath Dowd's TC.
Oh wow, that's unfortunate. That's unfortunate. Dart sitting on 80 vills now. It seems that SY all in all with stronger booms currently. Stronger economy to supply themselves with more units. Yeah, Secret needs to be careful and, you know, decide really well when they want to go for the next fights. Potato also doing some nice, important defensive moves to make sure that Vivi is not going to be entirely successful. They have chances. Both teams can make it.
So we're gonna have Arbalest inside Viper's base very soon. We're gonna have Arbalest close to Tato's base very soon as well.
Oh wow. Oh wow.
Oh my god!
Wow, 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 wow. You're
That's
right,
it.
dude. That it was just too much. I am surprised. I mean, how do we have to estimate this? Probably Viper has said that he has been too much under pressure, evidently, as Yo was constantly harassing him. And I believe that Viper probably said, okay, my Imperial Age is going to be way too late if I ever click up at some point. His resources, okay. It just seems that they have understood that they were economically so much behind that SY took the first game. GG.
GG, well played, man. Let's go back now and
Awesome, awesome.
let's wait for the second.
So yeah, you can start whenever you feel like.
Let me see. Do we have okay, so we need to change this. Was it? Okay, there we go. Alt T to switch the team colors.
Yeah, exactly.
Perfect. All right. Do you want to introduce players, positions, and whatnot?
Okay, let's go. Then I'll start in the north with the fat pick, aka Vivi. He has the melee in the green color, and then his pocket is going to be wait a sec, that is going to be Yo with the Koreans. That was something that caught me off guard there, but
Yeah.
fair enough. And then Lix Saracens. Okay, let's go on the right hand side. His opponent is going to be Viper with the Italians. The pocket is going to be indeed Doubt with the Vikings. Awesome stuff. And Tato with the Malians, last but not least. Wow. Okay. And there's a lot of things to talk about. What are your initial thoughts?
Well, man, definitely going for Koreans and Saracens over here. I mean, Saracens are technically camel and naval civilization, but the water bonuses that they get are stronger transport ships with more transport capacity. So maybe we're gonna see an early landing from the Saracen player. I'm not really sure if he's gonna go against. I mean, wait a moment. Where's the Saracen player?
This could be against
yeah,
Vipe on the right hand side, man.
Yeah, he could try to do that.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, I'm very, very surprised to see that. And also, keeping in mind that there's the chance that you will be spawning up next to Viper. And Viper, arguably the best water player ever here. Amongst, of course, others as well. For instance, Fire here, who has been also excellent on water maps, even in this tournament. But yeah, we have Viper. I mean, what do you want to do right now? So this means, as you said, maybe an early migration. And then maybe help out his buddy that is going to be Yo with the Koreans, because with Koreans I can compare this to the idea with the Vikings. If you want to have two options, you can go for water, you can have turtle ships. Let's see about this one, but most importantly, you can do some important landing. Not about fast Imperial, but you can drop towers to actually zone the entire map if you are fast enough. And in the hands of a talented player like Yo, it might be the case.
So yeah, we're gonna have potentially a combination of turtle ships for SY as well as Saracen galleys, which I know they shoot faster, so it's going to be also good. I'm really sure if that is gonna be enough against lone boats. I guess it depends whether or not Doubt's gonna be able to boom hard enough so that they can produce enough to go against two players. I'm not really sure what the rest of the team is going to do.
Yeah, that's very interesting. They try to keep all the options open. I guess from Team Secret, Viper is the only one who says, okay, I will definitely go for water first, make use of that Italians bonus, engage over here, and be the aggressor. I mean, just as a matter of fact here, Lix's dock position, what about that one, for instance? What kind of information is that? Is that a boom dock? Is that a I don't know where I should put it dock? Or is that a semi-aggressive dock? And how does it correlate with the fact that he could go for transport ships? Many questions, and always keeping in mind that he's going to be up against Viper with a very aggressive dock, ready to engage very soon.
At this point, he should know that he is against the Viper just because of seeing the players picking the colors in the lobby. I think the dogs
Yeah.
was just close enough to the wall line where he was building the houses, and it's also not entirely on the back. I'm not really sure if it's like a strong point of his strategy.
Yeah, it just surprises me, but because normally you see some straightforward positions. For Tato, we can say the same thing. He just placed it in a very neutral spot. He has the Malians after all, so he also has a lot of economical options to go for some
Yes,
landing and take
definitely.
over the map as well. Yeah, things like this could happen. The first one to click up, obviously, is going to be the Snake, and then he's going to make it happen. Lix, by the way, goes for Loom, just for the record, before doing anything else. Was he just housed? I'm not entirely sure, but that also must have a reason. Idling is TC. He wants to click up as soon as possible. It is a very awkward build order. Wow. Really?
Oh man.
There we go.
Okay.
Very dirty uptime.
Well,
Okay.
you know. Oh wait, I actually forgot what I was gonna say. Oh yeah. Malians is going to play a huge role because if you have players going up to Castle Age at a similar time, just having 80% faster researching technologies from the university is going to play a huge role when people start going for ballistics, when people start going for chemistry, especially in Imperial Age as well. If the uptimes are close, then having Malians as your ally is going to be instrumental.
Yeah. I just wonder what exactly SY is going to do here. Probably something that we might have not even thought about, especially with Yo. I'm very, very curious. But let's see. First of all, the Viper producing those fire galleys already. He has 2 dogs. Very soon he's going to go for Lix, who's also placing his second dog, by the way. But he is going to be up significantly later. Therefore, he must pay attention to his defenses. He might lose everything quite soon if he doesn't really do it correctly. On the left-hand side, it seems that Tato is going to have a potential advantage. I just say potential, but he's going to drop that second dog. There we go. And probably go for some aggression himself. I'm just currently looking at his dog. Nothing coming out yet.
Alright, Fire Galley is about to hit Lix's base, but Lix is already producing some galleys. Oh man, I don't know about this. They're a dog though.
Yeah, it's awkward. I mean, Lix now with 3 dogs. He even adds normal galleys to that one, which requires a lot of micro in the beginning. You need to fight off the units that actually counter you on paper. So that is going to be a bit difficult for certain. I'm not entirely sure what Lix is actually going to do in this case. He's already being harassed. He has already lost the water practically. Wow. Okay, I guess. I mean, let's see what else is going to happen from that one.
Oh, this is interesting. The Viper's going straight towards Mr. Yo, so he's just ignoring Lix. Lix is going to be able to bring his fishing ships back, but Yo is not even close to being up yet. Oh no.
I mean, what Yo's currently doing here, he attempts to go for a smooth, fast castle. We'll see for that one. But Viper did a great thing to actually shift the focus. He has understood that Lix is actually not the biggest threat here, so why not focusing on the opponent who already has that shady Civ that is up for, you know, some troublesome things action-wise. So we'll check that one out. And also on the left-hand side, just for the record, Tato is actually roaming the area, and he's about to take the fat pig down as well. So it's looking more than awkward currently for SY on the water.
I think Viper overextended a little bit because now he's gonna be fighting. Oh, never mind. We also have Tato over here. So yeah. I think Mr. Ye, of course, trying to go for fast castle, was banking on both of his flanks to keep things under control, and that was probably not working in his favor at this point in time. Secret's just playing this a lot better.
No, it seems like that. It gives enough time for actually Doubt to play his game. He has landed already. He also has a couple of turkeys walking around. But most importantly, he's going to start to actually claim the map first. That might be extremely dangerous. Yo's best advice to actually land himself and do something about this. But that's easier said than done because he's currently producing the transport ships. But in front of his base, there could be some fire galleys very soon. So it's very, very fundamental that Vivi is going to protect that small but still dangerous road between the dock and the main island.
This is getting kind of hectic already. There's a lot of small engagements all over the map. It's always close to SY space. Oh, this is good though. Lex is sending a few galleys forward, and galleys are going to be a lot faster at taking fishing ships down.
That's interesting. I mean, Secret was aggressive, but I feel that SY is starting to control it once again. Maybe Secret was a bit too ambitious. What's the most important thing though is that Gyo has landed as well, and he is about to hit Castle Age, and once that happens, he's going to drop the TCs. And if we look at Doubt, for instance, he's also on the way. He has dropped the barracks right now, or he's dropping that currently. Let's see what else he's going to do with Vikings. It's going to be interesting, to say the least. Yeah, slow development for now.
Yeah, it's mostly people just running away from engagements until they get the advantage. Then the opposite happens.
Yeah, so this is the current situation. I'm just wondering what Doubt is actually going to do here. He's currently just going for... he's still going for stable. That is the interesting thing. So he is getting out Spearman, obviously, because he knows that he could be up against some mounted units himself. Both pairs are going for stables, because I know these Civs, Vikings, and Koreans are not known for their knights, for their specialty as knights, but it's still very strong in early Castle Age to win very important fights, to go for some zoning. So their best advice to go for Spearmen and some knights very soon.
Yeah, of course. Knights, even if your civilization is not good for them, they are still gonna be strong if you don't have anything to counter them with. Civilizations are looking like they are gonna start playing a more important role here in the middle island. Then we also have population, which is about the same actually for both teams. So Secret's been overly aggressive, but they didn't really manage to do that much damage, all things considered.
Yeah, true. I would have expected worse stuff, because if you even look at the fishing economy, both teams have some decent numbers, except Lix, of course. Lix is actually lost concerning the water. He just has a single fishing ship chilling around. But the main action about to happen on land, because the two power players have arrived, and now it's time for TCs.
The turtle ship from Mr. Yo actually managed to take like 4 galleys from a single shot. Not a single shot, but like 2 or 3 shots because of the blast radius.
Yeah, that's some nice units for sure. We only see it in rare situations, but still even more appreciated once we see them. Also, Doubt is still on water. He has land, but he's still on water with longboats to make sure that the water is not being lost. Lix is quite aggressive with his own galleys. He's about to go Castle Age, admitting though that he has lost the water economy-wise, going for horse color, switching onto farms.
We're definitely gonna see a transition to land. Koreans then are gonna be very strong civilization to try and get some map control, so I am definitely expecting some towers, especially in the Imperial Age, late Imperial Age. If we get to that point, then bombard towers are also gonna be a thing for them.
Yeah, I think so as well. It's very important to keep in mind what kind of resources they will be getting. I mean, I see Yo is on stone right now. That could mean anything, but you're right. They're known for control, not because they're the ultimate pushing civilization, but they can control it really nicely with certain units and special buildings. The towers could be very interesting. Yo is even adding a monastery now, expecting that he might be up against some knights, so some early conversions could be very much benefiting.
Oh man, I think this is going to get denied. Doubts TC. Oh, just in time. He managed to save most of the vills.
Yeah, one vill just died. Could have been worse, I guess. But it's significantly worse for Lix, by the way. So he was already pushed into that defensive watchtower because that gold is just awkward. But look at that one. Now Viper is even adding his war guards to that one, making sure that one player is going to struggle a lot. And if I see that correctly, by the way, Lix is not on the main island yet. And he needs to fight a war on water together with the help of Yo and turtle ships. It might be possible.
Yeah.
But it's gonna slow him down, meaning that the secret players are further ahead.
We do have 2 players from each team though on land. I think with the War Galley upgrade, Lix should be able to clean this up together with Mr. Yo's turtle ship. There we go, the first monk from Mr. Yo is actually gonna start converting. He's gonna be landing 1 conversion. Probably still gonna lose a villager or 2 though.
No, that's a bit naive of Yo to actually move forward that heavily with his villagers, just with a single monk and a spearman or 2. Not ideal, but in the end, no major damages. If you look at the vill numbers, or it's also the fishing boat numbers here, it's just that Lix is very far behind, but Tato also not too high on vill numbers, just for the record.
Oh yeah.
Interesting that he has the
well.
water economy.
Surprisingly little. Actually, lower than Tato even.
Now the reason for that one is, I strongly assume, first of all, is that both Vivi and Yo especially have landed successfully for a long period of time. And they have the TCs going, so they're more economy focused, it seems. We will see for what cost exactly, so still have an eye on that one. But it might be that Secret is gonna struggle, and they will look out for some good fights to take, just to make sure that they will not be put further behind.
Viper also managed to land now, so I would be expecting a TC sometime soon, although he does not have enough wood, and it's unfortunate that you cannot sling until Imperial Age, but that is how it is. And he's gonna have to idle those 2 until he has enough.
Now, there we go, and he's clicking up right now. With the Italians in the late game, condos might be very useful as well. Require little amount of upgrades, and you can still have a decent impact in the game like that. That might be very important, something to keep an eye on. But I believe that he's mostly gonna do more stuff on water even, still investing and doing his best to fight off Lix especially.
Man, now with Imperial Age on the way for the Viper, I think we saw yesterday, it was Nomad was making a prediction about Nikop going for Imperial Age. Viking condos actually, because of the team bonus of Italians. We are
Which
gonna
didn't
have
happen for the records.
Yeah,
I'm just dissing Nomad here at this point, not doing this.
We have that on his way to Imperial Age as well, so that could be something. With Vikings, they're gonna have extra HP, and they are already very strong units, of course.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, that is extremely useful for sure. That synergy with having Vikings and Italians, you're absolutely correct. That might be extremely important. But for now, it is actually Yo who goes for some decent raids. Believe it or not, but the war wagons are taking over, at least keeping Tato busy here. He is forced to place those TCs in a way to keep the resources just somewhat safe, but Yo is responding with more and more castles, more and more war wagons. That will be difficult. In my opinion, Secret needs to act very fast to deal with that.
Yes, definitely. We're gonna have 1 castle coming up from Dowd, but I'm not really sure if it's gonna be up by the time he hits Imperial Age, which means that he's gonna be giving Mr. Yo enough time to potentially start going for his own trebuchets and start countering.
Yeah, very tough, man. I am starting to have my doubts, actually, considering Tato's very position here. Dowd is trying to do his thing by adding that castle, but also quite slow. He's going for siege at the same time. What else is he doing? Well, not too much, man. He's now reached Imperial Age. What are the next steps going to look like? He has a lot of resources, so he has to invest and then do something to save Tato here. Looking grim, because Viper also not there to help yet, as he's focused on water, still dealing with Lix.
I don't know about this, man. Secret's not looking that good. Well, they do have 2 players in Imperial Age, and we have some trebuchets on the way from Dowd. But Yo is on 2 castles, so he's gonna be able to outproduce him for trebs.
Well, it's tough. It's tough. As you said, it's not looking too bright for them at this point, and that's something not to underestimate because so far what I've understood from migration, at least in this tournament, the one who claims the middle, that is also going to be the winner in the end, because only with water at some point you will not have enough resources anymore.
Yes.
That can backfire really heavily. Lix, by the way, for the record, also landing now and gonna join the mix here with the others. Dowd is trying to place more and more castles. Now with those Vikings condos though, this might be very interesting.
Does he have a... Oh, yeah, there we go. Yeah, there we go. I didn't see the condos. Oh man, Imperial H units without having to go for any upgrades and being able to produce them from multiple barracks. Extra HP if you're Vikings as well. Gonna be an issue here for SY.
Yeah, it just needs to go for important moves here, which is currently happening because not only do we see the condos, but also cap ramps. The first castle of Yo going down. That's just the first step, of course, more needs to be done. But at least Dowd is engaging and contesting the map control. It seems like a fair fight now. It's 50-50 approximately on the middle section, so more stuff can happen. And Dowd with a huge momentum because he's keeping all the players busy right now on the main island. Really nice.
Definitely, man.
Wow.
Definitely. Dowd carrying hard. People asking also, why do secret players not go for heavy plow? I think it's mostly because they were going for fishing ships mostly, so they did not transition heavily into farms yet.
No. That is also one thing to keep in mind for sure. I'm just trying to estimate the situation for Yo here, for real. I mean, he's starting to actually have a huge problem. The more castles go down, the more problematic, of course. At least some important ram action by Yo, but it's just slowing down what is about to happen eventually, it seems. More war wagons needed, but that's easier said than done. And also, big respect to what Tado's doing on the left-hand side the entire time. It's just that Secret successfully keeps the SY players very, very busy on the sides. And it seems that Yo is just simply alone on the middle section here. Cannot get enough help of Vivi because he himself needs to focus on water as well.
And that is what it is, man. Just being like 30 seconds earlier to Imperial H, you can see what Dowd's been doing. He's been going for condos, he's been going for trebuchets, he's been able to outproduce Mr. Yo. He's gonna be taking down his third castle right now.
Yeah, that's more than complicated right now. I love it. I mean, I wouldn't have expected it that Dowd would perform like this, but to see how he's able to withstand the pressure of Yo here, that's nice. But also, let's not underestimate Yo. He's still massing up war wagons. He has 14 currently. He has BBCs right now. Also, trebuchets, that is. He's trying to fight this one off, but difficult.
Yeah, on the left, it's gonna be enough to defend because Dowd did not have that many trebuchets. On the right, though, we have 3. Unfortunately for Lix, fortunately for Mr. Yo, Lix is over here to help him repair the castle, and also he has a hit advantage, so he's not going to be taking as much damage. That castle should have been gone for long already.
Yeah, not happening it seems. Also on the left-hand side, things are shifting. Tado has given in for a bit. Vivi has pushed through, but we will have a big engagement in water once again. Might be that Vivi is going to get caught off guard, though. Saying this, see a couple of guard towers about to be denied here. Are they going to go up? There we go. Very important.
Where are those?
Safety for Tado now. For Tado on the right-hand side of his island.
Okay.
He's been able to get those towers up because he was forced to do that successfully, though. But the situation remains the same on water, it seems.
It's back and forth on water. On land, it was looking very much in favor of Dowd, but now it's looking like he's struggling a little bit. He's been losing a bunch of trebuchets. He's not been able to get the 2 additional castles from Mr. Yo down. So Mr. Yo can keep going for war wagons, and that's a unit that that Dowd's been struggling against. But now he's adding Vipers, actually adding the Genoese crossbows, and that's perfect because they have bonus damage against cavalry units, which the war wagons are.
That's nice. That could be a nice addition. I mean, it's nice to see that Viper also said, okay, that was it considering the water. Now it's time to even focus on that as well. You're right, with those additional January's crossbowmen will be really nice. Condos will have a good time as well. And very soon, Yo's just up against 2 enemies at the same time and is going to
Yes.
receive little help from Lix, even though he has reached in PLH finally. I'm not so sure, especially with Tato. What about him? Still in cast stage, and how much is he gonna have an impact as Malins in the game, in the late game? Something to be thought about in the future, near future that is.
Viper couldn't arrive soon enough here because Dowd lost the left-hand side castle. Now, with the 2 additional castles on the right for the Viper, I think they are finally going to be able to start pushing Mr. Yo back once again. And SY, in terms of population, kind of falling on the back foot. They are really struggling.
Yeah, it seems. For Secret, quite solid numbers for sure. Military numbers also nice. Vivi is currently having more military than Yo and Lix combined. That is not a good sign if you ask me. Especially because Vivi's army, let's have a look at that, mostly consisting of Navy here. It seems to be over very, very soon. Unless, of course, SY is gonna pump out military like there's no tomorrow.
Do you think it was probably a little bit too late to start adding the keeps here for Mr. Yo?
Yeah, that will just slow it down. I mean, even though keeps are a good idea, but as long as you don't kill those trebuchets, you cannot snipe them. You have a lot of pikemen. It's very tough.
You know,
what you wanna do against this?
There's one thing that I usually think about. You see that castle on the right-hand side that just went down for Mr. Yo? It's been getting repaired for like 5,000 HP. If you're thinking about real-life terms, at what point does that castle still stay the original castle? Because how do you repair that?
Now it's getting philosophical again.
Yeah.
I remember that. I had that in philosophy class as well. At what point is it still the original castle, right? Probably it's not anymore. Its second castle has been built, but soon it's gonna be forgotten because the massive push of Doubt with siege rams, together with condos, pikemen, generous crossbowmen of Viper, it's gonna take over at some point, and this might be the situation in which SY is gonna say, okay, we might got the Rex here.
It was definitely a stalemate for a good while, but now Secret's definitely on the lead in the main island. Yeah, man.
It's looking more than grim. It's looking more than grim, and I'm expecting to see 2 letters very soon from each of these SY players. Unless, of course, some fantastic stuff is gonna happen. Speaking of fantastic stuff, Vivi on the left-hand side, going for guard towers in minute 45 and harassing Viper from the gold. Beautiful.
Got a lot of Vivid tactics. Trend is definitely not looking that good for SY, though. They have not been able to revert this push. They have not been able to revert the trend in population count as well. And I think it's no secret that Secret's back in the game.
Yeah, just seems like that. And I start to have a bit of a troublesome situation in my mind thinking about the Islands game that we'll also have. I hope for SY's well-being that they will be performing differently. Obviously, the main idea on that map is completely different, so I hope that we'll see some good water engagements, because this game, as it seems, does not seem to be like one that can be won right now by SY. Just like that, at least.
Yeah, just taking a look at the main island in the minimap, all the blinking dots are SY units getting attacked, and there we go, the GG is gonna be called, and that's gonna be the equalizer.
Yep, that is the equalizer in a best of 7. There's more games to come, and that has been very nice so far. Awesome, awesome.
There we go. Yes.
Okay, nice. So, all right. Are you in? Are we
Yes.
live?
Yes.
Okay, I'll just quickly go ahead and tell what has happened. So, bottom left hand side we have Viper with the Britons. The pocket is going to be Dautovic with the Slavs. Bottom right hand side we have Taro with the Spanish. On the other side we have Lex with the Britons. We have
Oh.
Yo with the Persians, and we have Vivi as the Celts. And currently what has happened is just we had some scout spawn on the left hand side, which is the reason for 2 very low HP scouts for both Viper and Vivi. That is all.
Alright. That's perfect. Perfect summary then. I was kind of expecting Slavs for sure for Secret. I was expecting either Persians or Indians for SY, but Persians make sense. Britons is an interesting one, but we have Britons on both teams, and I think the difference here is, yeah, mostly going to be pockets and the other flanks. Spanish versus Celts is an interesting one, because Spanish, if they manage to go out to Castle Age, they can get their power peak with the Conquistadors, but they are also going to be harassed by Celts for sure, and even if they do get to Conquistadors, Celts also have a bonus of 15% faster moving infantry, which is going to make it a little bit harder, just a little bit harder, to raid effectively with your Conquistadors without taking free damage from potential pikemen. Yeah. But it shouldn't be too hard, especially for a guy like Vivi. Especially for a guy like, where is the Spanish? Furtado, there we go, right hand side.
Furtado, exactly. Okay. Yeah, I would agree with that one. It's very essential to have the Spanish player in your team, in my opinion. The reason for that one is, of course, the team bonus. It's so powerful and so much needed, especially if the game turns out to be a longer one.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, Tato is also walling up immediately, so doesn't seem like he's going to go for the most aggressive move over there, just some offensive scouting, but he will make sure that he's not going to be harassed by Licks. On the left-hand side, we have Viper already marching forward. He has the Britons after all, and I believe he has straggled gold. He didn't, interestingly, if I see that correctly. He did, took the forward gold, and he's going to go for a Drush in order to annoy Vivi a bit.
Now you mentioned about Spanish, the team bonus, 25% faster working trade cards. It makes a lot more sense even for SY to have gone for Indians instead of Persians, of course. In that regard, that with Sultans, he will be boosting his gold income at the very least. But then Persians are okay because they can also have a very high booming potential with faster working TCs.
Yeah, and they're also somewhat flexible when it comes to having both knights and camels, of course.
For sure.
Additional attack bonus, if that could matter. Maybe against Viper that could be relevant, we'll see. Something to have an eye on in the future. And this Drush of Viper slowly, steadily coming close, and I am surprised, but Vivi has not reacted in time. There's a bit of idle time, but also taking some TC fire. One militia is down.
Yes.
But Vivi, yeah, he's okay. He's okay. Could have been worse, I guess.
It's gonna be fine, yeah. Right-hand side, well, Tato already went for the full walls, and we are gonna see a house coming out for Licks, and surely he's gonna be going for towers.
Yeah. That's true. He has Britons, so might be surprising in the beginning. I mean, it still is thing that he actually chooses to go for pure Trush. It's a pure Trush, right? He doesn't...
It seems so, but on the left-hand side, we also have a Trush coming up from Vivi.
Well, surprises me less, especially with the militias, soon to be men-at-arms, I reckon. Even with the idea of adding an archer range, I see he has 3 vills on gold. Seems odd, doesn't even need it. But fair enough, let's go. He's on the way, so Viper needs to defend himself. It's always about that first tower, to deal with that one adequately. Yes. Then anything else could be decided afterwards. Right inside, for the record, Lix has placed the first tower, though Tato is there with his own counter tower. It seems that Lix is gonna shift the focus to another spot to go in there.
This kind of reminds me to the quarterfinals where SY was playing against Aftermath. We had a similar situation with both flanks going for full towers. Or tower like a bot, as MBL would say.
Yeah, exactly. Just tower like a bot, man. Insane. Also insane that fight we have on the left-hand side. Viper is just going full aggro, adding his 2 archer ranges right away. It seems that Vivi's slightly intimidated. At least he's moving away, knowing that there's this huge tower.
Yes.
It's very, very awkward, taking a lot of fights here regardless, because he doesn't want to give up. There we go, Watchtower going up very soon in front of those archer ranges. Not really sure if that is the perfect thing to do, but I guess better than nothing.
I don't think so, man. And actually, BB's also took one villager. He lost one villager, and I think the Viper didn't lose a single villager until this point.
Yeah, that is
Seems
super
right.
strange.
Taking a look at the villager count. Okay, now he lost
Yeah,
one.
yeah, yeah. Yeah, he did lose one, but very soon, yeah, there we'll see him losing more. Viper's just not giving up. He knows he needs to deny that tower, because if that is accomplished, then this has been accomplished. Oh my god, man.
Three
VV has
villagers.
lost
All the
everything.
villagers down for VV.
Yeah, all the
actually.
villas. The mid arms have survived, but for what cost, man? Wow.
That was not worth it. Not worth it at all.
Yeah, yeah. It's far from ideal, and the response of Vivi naturally is going forward with more vills. He's currently getting that ostrich, but I don't think that this is as innocent. I wonder what else he's gonna do with those
Yeah, it's gonna be
vills.
going forward for sure, especially now that Mr. Yo is here with his own scouts. Well, he's already kind of invested, and he lost 5 villagers, so if he just goes back and doesn't do anything, he's gonna fall behind, so he knows that there is no way back now. It was a one-way ticket.
Yeah, true. It's always the worst if you just go back from such an aggressive stance.
Yes.
A lot of heavy losses you could take. Speaking of aggression, right hand side, Lix still has not given up. A lot of persistence from him and good micro, good quick walls, able to defend himself against those scouts. Just needs to be careful that Palisade is about to go down very soon, and it has happened. The scouts are in. Tato is now battering down everything there. Lix needs to retreat, seeks shelter at close by to the towers, but I don't know. It's a bit of a strange one. Both players keep each other entertained on the right hand side.
That's why I cannot catch a break. That's some villagers going down for Lix, a bunch of villagers going down for Vivi. Vivi's gonna be going for stone walls now. And it seems like he's kind of... Yeah, he's not gonna be going forward with the 5 villagers that he was taking the ostriches with.
Yeah, he just took the food there and now stonewalling. A very good opportunity for Secret to understand, okay, we have now dealt with Vivi, we can build up on that one. Once we deal with Yo, ideally, in this very Scouts war that we have, Doubt is helping out a lot, but it seems that Yo's actually retreating because he wants to go close by to the defensive towers of Vivi here. Yeah, okay. They keep SY very busy, for sure. Left-hand side, very problematic for them.
Not being able to do enough damage to Tato. Left-hand side, not being able to even finish the stone walls. Spending a lot of stone
that is
on...
not good, man.
Yeah, spending a lot of stone on the defensive towers as well, but he didn't even manage to finish that one, so he's deleting the foundations. Yeah, Secret's dominating.
Yeah, for sure. They're at least controlling the game in the early part. Of course, everything is still possible, I think, because of stone walls, because of stone being gathered, because of defensive towers. I still think that if you go for Trushes, you can still save yourself quite conveniently and gain a lot of safety for your own base, though Viper is not happy with this. He's probably aware of the fact that Vivi could be just well off, doesn't allow that one, keeps up pressuring. Dart is also there. He's about to go in there, but it might be that Vivi, with some arena style of walling, is going to be able to save himself.
Oh yeah,
for now.
That's full YOLO walling. 6 villagers even.
Yeah. Rip economy for sure. I mean, considering the amount of vills that he still has on stone, for the love of God. Idols all over the place. TC was idle for some time as well.
Take a look at Viper's berries though. Man.
Okay, that was unexpected, but Yo is in there. Also, Viper hasn't expected this one. Tries to keep himself just safe, but quick walls up, also nice. Pretty much expected from the snake. All good. Yo might be interested into, you know, visiting Doubt here for a second. Check that one out.
That might be good, yes. That's like completely open. Taking a look at his wool line, it's not looking like he should be able to quick wall easily. He's got his own scouts though, and because of going for Castle Age, he's actually going to be getting scale barred in armor, which is going to give an upgrade advantage to his units.
That is going to be interesting for sure. So, Doubt already in Castle Age. What is the next step going to look like? Main question to be asked. He's still on scouts. Farming eco existence, adding TCs confirmed. He will boom a bit, but also goes for light cav. He just wants to increase the value of his current army, just to make sure that Yo won't be able to deal more damage here. That's good, it's good.
Yeah, he's not queuing knights at all. He's gonna be going for light cap. He's gonna be making use of the numbers he already has out, adding a few more TCs. It's good, I like it. How do you feel about it?
About what? That he doesn't
His
go
strategy.
for knights now? And yeah, I think for now, as long as no one is dying here right away, nothing's gonna happen. What I see though on the right hand side, that might be quite risky. Look at what Tato is doing, man. Look at that.
Oh no,
He's
trying to
dropping that
build
castle.
in the middle of two
I mean,
towers.
he has Spanish, right? He has Spanish. So, but man, whenever I see this in an arena, I think, wow, that is hurting his economy. That is killing a lot of vills. But in the end, it might be well rewarded because it will gain a lot of safety to his base. And he actually manages to keep most of the vills alive. Wow.
He
But
lost 2
still
only.
massive.
Oh, make that 3 actually. But it's not too bad.
Yeah.
We're gonna be getting rid of
Still.
the towers now.
Yeah. Interesting investment of time, economically speaking. I think that many people would disagree with that kind of procedure, but in the end, what has happened, and Pitardinos are in the making for
Oh
Tato
man.
here. He wants to get rid of this issue right away. For the record, left-hand side, Viper tries to save himself, get those stone walls up, but Yo also is part of that plan, at least in a contrary way, but he won't be as successful. Definitely excited to see what is going to happen on the right-hand side, because we will see Viper. He's going to go for crossbowman, and then they're going to raid Licks. That is the plan.
Man, this is gonna be awful for SY. That's a huge amount of archers soon to become crossbows. The Petards took the stone wall down, and we are gonna have conquistadors. Lix is going for monks. I saw the monastery coming up, but it's not going to work against crossbows.
Yeah, true. I mean, any kind of monks are. I mean, against Britons, that's actually a sin. To actually do that, so don't no, it doesn't add up here. So we'll see. Archer ranges are in the making, but okay, so he's doing his own set of archers, which I think that there is some idea behind that, but what about skirms at this point? Problem is no economy for that. What kind of food income does Lix have at this point? He has
That's a good
4
point,
non-functioning farms. He cannot even afford skirms.
Yeah, he cannot even afford villagers.
Yeah. It looks very bad. He's housed. He went for that siege workshop. Now that is of course reasonable, even though quite dangerous. Those crossbowmen with 8 range and the hands of a player like Viper. I've seen a lot of clips on Twitch already and know what this could be about. So I don't know. Lix is gonna struggle. That is for certain.
Man, going for petards as well as going for siege towers, I think it's one of those units that people do not really think about until it's a little bit too late.
Yeah, true. You're absolutely right. So what about that one? Yo has Persians, he has the knights, and now we have the engagement over there. Viper versus Yo in a few seconds. Viper might lose everything here. These knights with blood knights and +2 and also forging. And think about the extra damage.
Oof, man. That is awful. Viper, how many archers did he have? Like 25 something over there? It'll be going down to 0.
Yeah, that's that. So that didn't work out too well. Got caught off guard. And still Tato will be able to harass his opponent Lix in the most decent way, as he has his own Kongs up. He already has bloodlines and also +1. Tanky enough to deal with a little bit of pressure coming from the Britons. I think it is very interesting to see that Tato so far has been the one who was about to be trushed, because I always value Britons as highly adequate in order to deal with conquistadors. Right. So I would have assumed that Tato would be the one crushing here, but no, not gonna happen.
Well, what do you think about going alone with your archers towards Mr. Yo's base after he saw that Mr. Yo had a bunch of knights? Because on the left-hand side, do you remember the light cavalry from that? Those got absolutely destroyed by knights from Mr. Yo, so they already knew that the Persian player had few units out. He still tried to go forward on his own. I'm not really sure if it was
No.
worth it.
Yeah, yeah. It was probably a strange idea there, but what has happened, I guess. And the focus now lies on the left-hand side, at least for Viper, building defensive towers and relying on Doubt's carry mode. But he's going to be up against Vivi with a lot of pikemen already, and also
Yes.
Monastery will be tough, very tough, because I do love me some pikemen and siege combo. It will be very,
sure.
very difficult.
He didn't manage to get the Mangonels down though, so he's gonna be surviving for a little bit longer. Oh, take a look at the lion on the left hand side, keeping the gate open. What?
Wow.
Gaia
Well,
is not
Gaia,
unbiased here.
That can backfire really hard, man. I mean, for real.
Do
If
they
they
even
just
know?
realize this. Yeah, I don't think they know this, but wow. Secret line, exactly. Beautiful. I was about to say something here. Well, most importantly, Yo's going for Imperial Edge. And
Yes.
what does that mean? Of course, some more upgrades here for Yo and his cavalry. We can expect some Cavalier here, maybe even Paladinos at some points. Something to determine, even though there's also a great need for camels here in this game. You need a mobile cavalry units to fight off some Kongs in case Lix is not going to be able to stabilize. The reason why we see a couple of camels, but I think the main focus of Yo lies on Knights / Cavaliers very soon.
Left hand side, we see actually the Viper getting kind of raided now by Mr. Yo's Knights and also Vivi's pikemen. The defensive castle
There we
coming
go.
up.
That will most likely go up, but still idle time, raiding time. That's the most beautiful time here currently for... Oh, they're actually able to deny that castle, at least for
Yes.
now it is delayed.
Quick walls not quite connecting there.
Crazy stuff, crazy stuff. Looking really grim now for our beloved Snake. Needs the help of Doubt. Doubt now going for Halberdiers.
Yes,
And
there we go.
some forward barracks.
Oh, Halberdier would definitely shred Knights.
Especially if there's some time for more upgrades. We'll wait. For now, it's going to be Cavalier and +4 for Yo, just to be able to keep up that pressure. But the question, of course, is are they going to be able to go through this stone defense of Viper again? There is the opening still on the left-hand side by Secret Lion, so that might be useful. I'm just saying.
It might, but it's also on the right hand. I mean, on the right of the left half of the map, we also have an opening. So he didn't actually quite wall there. By the barracks.
Yeah, I mean, it surprises me also what happens on the right-hand side. They're doubling Lix now. Lix is in a very dangerous situation. He's on 87 vills. That is the same number as Viper. It is okay, I would say. Though, up against that many Kongs, on top of this one, Tato about to reach Imperial Age. Doubt is already there. Going for siege rams as well. Very soon, those crossbowmen have more troubles. So Yo must engage there, which will give Viper on the left-hand side a lot of time to relax and to reboom. Because now it's about Lix and Yo on the right-hand side.
Man, I feel like civilizations, I don't know, in my opinion, I think like Secret's probably gonna have the better civilizations for the late, SY is gonna have the better civilizations for the late game, especially if you get good trading up and you manage to secure your trade line. You're gonna get access to Paladin on top of heavy camels, you're gonna be getting access Persians also with war elephants, which are not cheap, but in a map like this, you could potentially go for that, and that is a very pop efficient unit, even if not cost effective.
Yeah, that could be. If you would create some choke point situations. Unfortunately for SY though, Secret is not going to allow this because they're going so much forward right now that SY won't be able to think about this anymore, I feel. Because Lix is taking off the game. We have so many siege rams, still so many elite Kongs, fully upgraded. Forward castles by Tato, wonderful follow-up over here, and even that one, Doubt is sponsoring a couple of additional castles. It's looking great. Is Vivi gonna make the change on the other side? I am not sure. I would even say I don't think so. because the problem on the right hand side, they're just too fundamental.
Population's not looking that bad for SY, but they cannot engage this. We have the Halberdier defending the Rams. Rams are going to be taking everything.
Yeah, what you want to do against this? You can go in there with your own very soon Paladins, which is a reason why Yo's waiting. He needs that upgrade before engaging more effectively. But being up against that many Halberdiers, that will be so inefficient very soon. More is needed, and less is given here. It's just
even if you
very
went,
over.
Yeah, even if you went for your own Halberdiers, I mean Slavs, they are just one click away from getting Drugina, and there's no way you're going to be winning that.
Yeah, it's very difficult with Drugina. I mean, there's still a lot of space, so the Paladins, soon-to-be Paladins, could ignore engagements, but with this kind of combination of Siege, Kongs, and the Halberdiers, you drag all the attention to you. The opponents must engage there. This is the Death Ball currently. So yeah, Drugina will have its full effect, and a lot of splash damage will be dealt. I believe that this might be the very last engagement. Yo will try to make it happen, catch the opponents off guard, and which is happening right now. Paladins are going in, and the Arbalest of Lix doing the same thing, trying to snipe all the Halberdiers. It might work with a lot of micro, but I still think that Secret's numbers are superior to this one, because we see a lot of Paladins dying right now. A lot of Onagers, man. Oh my god, man.
They're gonna be taking the Arbalest. Yeah, Paladin are gone!
The Paladins are gone, and that was the army of Yo, and it is GG.
GG, what a game! What a game! Oh no, the...
Damn, man. Damn.
Good
wow.
shots.
Okay.
Post GG shots.
GG, guys.
Very well played.
Wonderful.
Perfect.
Okay, are you in?
I am in, and yeah, colors should be fine. I think Secret was supposed to be the warm colors, right? So yeah. Everything's good.
Yeah, so I just need to make that change real quick. So if you like, you can start.
Perfect. Okay, I'll start. On the right hand side, we're gonna have the first matchup with Tato playing as Koreans versus Vivi, who's gonna be playing as Italians. Then in the southwest, we're gonna have Doubt playing as Malay versus Lix playing as Malians. And then finally, the pockets are gonna be Viper playing with Portuguese for Secret, and of course, Mr. Yo playing for SY with the Vikings. That's an interesting one.
Yeah, for sure. Well, of course, we have Vikings. If you haven't chosen them before, you can go for them right now. Longbow action will be extremely relevant. I also see that the game is now proceeding.
Yes.
We'll see if that is gonna be just a normal game now, or if they're just gonna go back. But I assume that everything is just fine. But yeah, interesting one thing is, first of all, Lix with Malians, okay. Maybe gives me the impression that they don't want to drag this game out for too long. Most importantly, Koreans, Portuguese, Malay. Malay makes sense. Koreans and Portuguese as well. I love Portuguese on water actually. They trade so nicely. And I find that having Portuguese right now against the Vikings might be extremely valuable in Castle Age. Having access to caravels,
yes.
Choke points will be there as well. A lot of choke points actually if you look at the map generation. So that might be hugely relevant, and maybe once again an excellent pick of Viper. Something I'm really excited to see.
We're gonna see for sure caravels. We are gonna see Carax as well. It's gonna be pretty good. That is also cheaper ships actually for them, and tankier ships. I think 10% tankier, right?
For Portuguese, you mean?
Yes.
Yes, exactly. They have more HP.
Perfect. So yeah, they do have all the things it takes to win engagements, for sure. And Korea is going to be able to provide even more of a meat shield in the form of turtle ships if necessary.
Could be, definitely. And even later on, I'm just thinking, what if Tato plays a bit more toxic than usual and lands and, you know, harasses heavily? Also, it's a nice way I can, you know, look at those middle islands, right? What if he just manages to get there? And what if he just manages to drop those towers there? It could be possible.
I am noticing, though, that both gold islands are actually in favor of SY.
Yeah, true. That might be a blessing and a curse, depending on if Tato would be successful dropping them there. We'll see. That is just some predictions for the future. But yeah, we have, as you said it, on the right hand side, Vivi versus Tato. And then on the other side, we have Doubt versus Licks. So there's not going to be an immediate fight where Viper is going to be part of, but he will most likely join the mix with a lot of Caravels in mid-game, is my prediction.
Yeah, I would say, for sure. The Vikings, of course, I feel like they are the strongest water civilization for the other team, and I think it's probably not going to be enough against 3 very solid water civilizations.
Right. I've received some messages concerning the score. Is it all good?
Oh man,
Or...
no.
I don't
My
know.
bad.
I don't know.
Let's
All
see,
good.
we're
All
gonna
good.
fix
That was
this.
just easy.
Here we go.
Right then. Cool. So for now, just waiting to see who's gonna click up first. Obviously, Doubt is gonna take his time a bit. He has the melee after all. Clicking up later could be very beneficial for his economy, and still he's going to be up at a very reasonable time, if not even earlier than his opponent, who is Malian's Civ-wise. Then, of course, Koreans versus Italians. It might be that Vivi is going to have the initial advantage when it comes to the uptime here, and that might be a bit of a troublesome situation for Tado. Wait a second. What is Tado actually doing? He has that dog on the left-hand side. He wants to go for some good aggression as well.
Oh my god.
Troublesome situation for
sorry,
Tado.
we had a little bit of a replay over there. I'm not really sure why that triggered.
What is Tado actually...
That was not good. Sorry about that.
Happens. But yeah, as expected, the Pockets are actually dropping some dogs to the back of their base. I like Viper's decision way better than Yo's decision. Why has Yo actually done that? I mean, there is still some juicy fish there, don't get me wrong, for Yo and his back base. But Viper, in my opinion, way more of an advantage what he did there with the dog positions, because he's going to have so much easier. I hate to see that, what Yo did there.
Yeah, man. Not good. Isn't one only, right? That is probably going to be an issue.
Yeah. That's really problematic.
Not going to be booming as hard. Not going to have as much access to fish. Pretty bad situation.
Well,
take a look at this though, Tado. Your prediction skills are on point today, man.
Do you think he's gonna do it just like that? Is he gonna go to the middle section or to the enemy side? My question here. He's taking his time.
Is he gonna go
strolling
to the pocket?
around?
I think he's gonna be going towards Mr. Yo's island.
Wow, that would be super unexpected. Very risky, but maybe with high rewards.
Oh no, he's landing in the wrong island.
Yeah, that's the question now. Does he expect an island to be... Yeah, he did land on the wrong islands. I would love to hear his reaction on TeamSpeak at the moment. I'm very sure that he currently has a smile on his face concerning this little fun mistake. But yeah, in the end, he's going to land successfully. And indeed, that's going to be very toxic. I love it.
We have landings coming up from both teams as well, yeah. Lix is going to be landing the Viper now.
Yep. That's it. Lix is going to arrive as well. He has his own scout. He has a stable, so that's going to be a nice scout rush from him, paired with towers. Very difficult.
You noticed. 1 villager down already. 2 villagers down even.
But look at my god. What?
Oh,
what?
no
Is that
loom,
because
right?
He doesn't have loom.
Oh no. 3 villagers already. And on the right hand side, I think Lix is actually getting spotted instantly by the Viper, so I think he's probably going to be going for a counter tower very soon. Oh no, he didn't scout. He didn't scout the tower.
Well, I mean, that tower's still gonna go up, and you know, fighting against Koreans when it comes to a tower situation, that's not really ideal. But we have so many tower situations right now. I mean, look at what happens currently inside of Tato space, right? It's problematic. You look at Viper space. I feel that currently SY is even more of a damaging entity in this series. Doing a lot of work, and Viper's Titanicing with that situation and with his woodline. Look at that, man.
Viper. Oh,
Viper
man.
on his own islands. But yeah, he's fixing it. Okay, with pure aggression and bigger numbers, he is actually claiming it back. That was successful. Didn't expect this. I thought more vills are gonna die, but okay, indeed. Both teams with the same kind of plan, looking very interesting. And it's far from being over for anyone here currently because they're damaging each other equally, I would reckon.
Yes, villager counts actually pretty much the same as well.
Yeah. Yeah. Also, in addition, Vivi is also highly active on water as well, raiding Tato's fishing eco. I think that's also extremely good because you are actually harassing someone who's already investing potential economy into aggression with those forward villagers, so hurting the fishing eco is even worse. Looking good.
Viper noticing about the second tower now, going away. But Tato is really struggling, man. He was not able to push the lumberjacks away from Mr. Yo, so even though he did take 3 villagers from Mr. Yo over there, SY now still has the villager lead. In average, on average, they have more villagers than Secret. And they're doing a good job. Lix is dropping a few scouts over here, close to Viper's gold.
Yeah. Speaking of Viper, I mean, what is he gonna do now? Going to Castle Age? But I reckon that his economy also not in the best shape. But Tato is currently far, far behind.
Oh, the quick walls,
he
man.
maybe has more vills than Viper, but yeah, no. The fishing eco is not really nice. Viper is now under heavy pressure. A good investment of Lix here. I think this kind of game, both are going for the same plan here, but I think this is the typical SY game here. Dropping towers, annoying the opponent like that, really successfully.
Viper's been losing a bunch of villagers. Just because he's in Castle Age, I guess he's fine. If you take into account the time that it takes for a TC to research Castle Age, I think by the time the other players go up, the villager count's gonna still be fairly similar, fairly close.
Nah, it might be. It might be.
Maybe not if he keeps losing more and more villagers though.
Yeah, true. So what is Viper gonna do with that Castle Age of his? He's just having one single galley currently on water, going for gill nets, but fair enough, I guess. Fair enough. I believe that Yo is actually quite safe at the moment. I mean, he has dealt with the issue of his. Tato is just losing the remaining vills. He's losing everything so far. This might be a very tough game to win for Secrets.
Was that the transport ship that he lost to the tower?
Yeah, but it was already on garrisons. The vills already died idle on
okay.
land. Yeah, all good. I mean,
there was no way back for Tato then.
no.
Taking a look at the villager count from Doubt though, he managed to land a few military units onto Lix's island as well. He's doing pretty well. He's doing pretty well.
Yeah, I'm just currently trying to follow up with everything that is happening. Also, Dowd is doing his best to harass Lix here. Lix having just a casual amount of 10 villagers on stone as well.
Oh
Quite
my
ambitious
god.
there, if you ask me. Going for some defensive towers as well, as he knows that he's going to be soon up against some archers with fletching. Crazy stuff.
Yeah, what a mess, indeed. There's a lot going on everywhere. So you pick something to pay attention to, you're gonna be missing something else, unfortunately.
That's for sure anyway. That's for sure anyway. So yeah, but Dowd does a great job actually. I like the fact that he's really focusing hard on his economy, but that might change very soon because right at this moment, Vivi has landed with a ambitious set of 5 scouts here, but many of which being just low HP, but still could catch him off guard.
For sure.
Thankfully, the Lord has Loom already, just losing a Vil.
Take a look on the right hand side on Tato's island. We have the second stable already up for Vivi, who is going to be in Castle Age right now. So he's going to be producing knights from 2 stables. And what is Tato going to do about that? He has a single barracks from which he's Not even producing spearmen. He's on 4 spearmen, and he's going for the blacksmith now.
No, that's very problematic, especially if you look at his economy. No fishing bonus that he can profit from. No, I mean, also the food income in general is just not enough. He understands that if he produces more spearmen, which he requires, he's going to be very, very far behind when it comes to any kind of action in Castle Age, potentially. So he doesn't do it, but at the moment, as you said it, with that stable, you must have at least 6 or more spearmen ready to fight this one off, being on a field age.
Oh man, Tato's looking so bad here. And there's a lot going on. Tato was also paying attention in Vivi's Island, because he also dropped a few villagers over there, but now I don't think he's going to be able to pay attention over here and also defend at home with the Siege Workshop already up and 4 knights about to harass the crap out of his villagers.
Yeah, it's quite crazy here. That Siege Workshop is gonna intimidate him for sure. The knights are doing their job as well. Just 4 spearmen. It's simply not enough. No sign of any further production from Tato, actually. He doesn't have the food, simply. Cannot keep his TC working. Nothing.
He's also gonna try to take a hold of water, as he's been going for a bunch of longboats. So SY is going to be in a good position on water as well. And I think we might see the equalizer if things keep going this way. That's an even series.
I'm really trying to estimate how bad the damage is, because if I compare it to what Secret does, Doubt's forward attack also is fully dwindling now. Right at this point, he has lost everything up to 1 archer. So that seems as quite safe for Alex as well. And
yes. It's gonna be fine.
Just out with a nice navy. You know, he could do some stuff concerning the water, but the landing cannot be stopped like this anymore. Yeah, it's looking more than bad for Secret.
Yeah, Alexa's economy is also not close enough to the shoreline that Doubt could potentially deny it with the war galley, so he's not even gonna be able to do that. He's just gonna be trying to fight Yo so that SY doesn't get full control of water, but I don't think he's going to be doing any eco damage with that.
Now that's the question. How much of a powerful aspect can he be in the game, taking over the water like that? Obviously the others have told him, Doubt, do something concerning the water, and he does it. He's up there, but
28 military units.
So far. That's problematic. Viper finally on caravels. That is very nice, because Yo will lose any kind of chances with just longboats like that, especially in tight areas. So he needs to mass up a lot of longboats to actually have a chance. I'm just also looking at the build numbers once again. Let's combine it with the fishing boats real quick. 45, 65, 53 for SY, 27 for Tato, 50 and 47 for the others of Team Secret.
That hurts to see. This is a similar situation to game 1 as well, with 1 secret player half dead, and I'm not really sure if he's gonna be in a position to come back the same way that Viper did in game number 1, because he doesn't have anything to defend this. He's still on Spearman.
Yeah. Well, he doesn't have the food econ anymore. He cannot engage because Vivi is there to constantly harass him. Speaking of which, Vivi right at this point landing once again, and I know what he's up to. He will drop that castle very soon. Potentially on that goals. There's nothing that tells him about
stone. He's gonna have enough to drop another castle afterwards.
Very soon he's going to be able to do that. Lix is going to Castle Age. Tato's still not there. I believe that in a few minutes, if this castle is not going to get denied, Tato's going to tell the others, well guys, I cannot proceed like this anymore. Realistically speaking, I invested so heavily for my own defense. But at least Vivi is not able to place that castle. Look at that.
Yes. 2 towers coming up, not gonna make that possible. Only 5 villagers over there. He could potentially transport a few extra villagers, but he probably doesn't need to. He's gonna be placing the castle on the right hand side, and that's gonna be even better because it's gonna deny for good the goal here to Tato, and Tato's about to lose the TC to Rams as well, so player yellow.
That is the only TC, right?
Yep, looking pretty dead.
Wow. Yeah. Unfortunate, but this is going to be a 3v2 situation, which I think Secret will estimate as impossible to solve.
Now, that's still in it though. He's been taking the longboats from Mr. Yo on the left-hand side.
Yeah. Yeah.
Maybe he might be able to do something a little bit later on.
Yeah, I'm not so entirely sure what you can do. I fully understand that Dowd is trying his best and really poses a threat to the other SY players, at least on water, but soon there's going to be one player less that can function on behalf of his team.
I was
Then
noticing
also,
that I was
yeah.
noticing that secret Tato actually did not have a dock anymore, so Viper had to go for the transport ship to save some villagers, otherwise Tato would be getting
Oh
defeated.
wow. I just see it. Interesting to see that though. Gives us the impression that Tato's not giving up yet, probably. So they still have a couple of plans prepared. I wonder what kind of plans those might be, because the resources are not really promising. Viper might be in Imperial Age in, I don't know, 5 minutes or so. But Yo is already,
already
on the
his way up.
Yeah, and very soon the caravels will not function anymore because we will have elite longboats and...
At this point in time, Vivi also has a free loom. He just profits from Tato's resources. He built a TC close to the gold. Has full map control of Tato's island.
Yeah, so that's that for Tato here. He can now start a new life on Viper's Island. That will be also a problem very soon. I mean, not very soon, but in the future. I mean, also the wood situation. I'm also having my problems believing that Secret will have a nice time claiming those middle islands for extra resources, if that is going to be needed in the future. Especially with Yo going for Imperial Age. I think that Dowd will struggle a lot, and Viper maybe as well on Navy.
Ballistics on the way for the Viper now. Is that going to help a lot or not? I'm not really sure. He started going for some caravels, yeah.
Yeah, crazy situation. I wonder what their reaction to Yo's Imperial Age is going to be. They're still going to try it. They've landed, but the war galleys and caravels doing their best to deal with the enemy's knights. Waiting for elite longboats and brace them, and then I struggle to find a reason or a possibility to actually fight this one off.
Dowd's trying
At
to
least from the
contain.
perspective.
He's trying to contain as much as possible BV's fish and eco. He's been taking some fish over here. He's also been denying some dogs.
Yeah, they're trying and trying, but for how long do they want to do it? It's not like they're waiting for another teammate to arrive. And Yo is actually dropping a castle on the first neutral island there.
Yeah,
Claim
close to
some
the
more
gold.
gold.
Perfect.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, awesome stuff.
Yeah, that was a
That's
little
how
bit
it's
of
supposed to
an
be.
unfortunate map generation for Secret in that regard.
Yeah, potentially. Yeah.
Now we're gonna have 2 players in Imperial Age for SY. We're gonna have only 1 for Secret. I'm kind of surprised that Dowd did not go up yet though, because he was the strongest player from his team, but he's been investing a lot into military, into Navy. So I guess that makes sense.
Yeah, Viper also going for Imp, meaning that he will be interested into investing for the sake of elite caravels at least. That might be very, very important. And it also seems that Yo's giving Viper enough time for that one, because they're now focusing on Dowd, elite longboats, plus the forward villagers of Elixir, placing towers, not even normal towers, but guard towers. Okay, and also castle. Fair enough, fair enough. I like that. So Dowd is gonna struggle even more, going up with his own counter castle, but I know. Right now, Viper forced into a situation where he can just not function really well with his current navy. And he might lose a lot of military units before anything else can happen. If you look at that, Viper has 20 caravels and Yo has 45 elite longboats.
He's definitely gonna be banking on Dowd to help him on water for sure. When you account for Dowd as well, military numbers are not looking that uneven. Now we're gonna have 3 players in Imperial Age for SY, only 2 for Secret. And Dowd's still in Imperial Age, so I'm not really sure what the plan is here.
Just surviving for as long as possible. Because Doubt, going for Telesocracy, I love that. Wheelbarrow, interestingly, late. But hey, it's Islands, isn't it? But fair enough. They're probably just waiting for Viper to try his last attack with Elite Caravels and Bracer.
This is an interesting
Otherwise,
one.
I cannot imagine anything else.
Elixir's landing on Doubt's island, going for a few guard towers over here, but Doubt's already in Imperial Lich and he is going for the Trebuchet. But he took a little bit too long, I'm not really sure why. He had a little bit of a time window over there to go. Oh yeah, he was researching Telesocracy, you're correct.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's what delayed his Trebuchet production. Now it's going to be a Tribe War.
Man, it just takes so much time for Secret to do something here. I mean, they need a lot of time because Viper is trying to get all the focus here. They try to deal with Yo like that, but tough one. Yo also going for Cornish, by the way. I wonder if he just wants to invest more resources, get rid of the gold that he has, send it over to Vivi maybe, and then they can focus on the others all together.
Could be, could be.
Yeah, but they're calling GG before.
Let's go. Yeah, it's over, it's over. That was really well played from SY. It was a back and forth game.
Oh, you're jinxing it. You're jinxing it. I'm gonna look the entire map now for bugs. No, sorry. All good.
Alright, there we go. Warm colors for Secret. Do you want to introduce the players?
Sure. Warm colors for Secret, perfect. So, what is happening, everyone? DemEyesRed here, being joined by Nova. This is game number 5, and we start here in the north with Tato having the Mongols. His pocket is going to be the Snake, the ultimate Viper, with the Huns. And then we have Dautovich on the right hand side with the Berbers. On the other side, we have Vivi with the Mayans. Nice one, with his pockets equally. Going to be the Huns as well. Cool stuff. And we have Lix on the left hand side in the green color with the Aztecs.
Alright, so we're gonna have Aztecs versus Mongols on the left, and on the right we're gonna have Mayans versus Berbers.
Yeah, exactly. Mayans, Berbers, okay. Aztecs, Mongols, just quickly thinking through these things. Yeah, if I look at these civilizations, especially the ones of SY, it feels so old school. You have those two Mesosis, you have Huns.
Yes.
They are prepared for some open gameplay. Just saying though, Tato he was not really harassed. Just for a second, there was a little engagement by Lix's Eagle Scout there, but nothing too terrible. But I might fear that there will be a board taken away, though that would be super ambitious because Tato is so close by. He doesn't know about. He knows about the board being taken. For sure, he knows.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah, he has Mongols after all, so he knows that. And he's being chased now, looks really bad for Lix, needs to be extremely careful. Tato trying his best. I'm just quickly using the time to zone out and to see if there's some more stuff happening. Doesn't seem like that, so we can follow this lane. It seems successful, interestingly. It will be a dirty lane because there are two boars taken at the same time for understandable reasons. Very soon the Eagle Scout is going to get wrecked, but Tato retreats. Does not engage anymore.
That was good.
And it has worked. Awesome.
Now, I do like Secret Civilizations a little bit more. I think there's a little bit more versatility on their end. Berbers not only getting camel archers, which are going to counter cavalry archers from Huns, but also getting access to camels, as well as Mongols getting access to camels, which Huns, of course, are going to be struggling against. If they cannot go for cavalry archers, sorry, they cannot go for regular cavalry. It's going to be one civilization that's going to be definitely struggling to add to their team. And then Mayans and Aztecs are going to be good, but we also have cavalry from Berbers, from Huns, and from Mongols, and I think they're going to be struggling for sure.
Yeah, pretty much I would say so that Yo needs to fill in all the gaps that could arise from having two Mesosifs like that. You're absolutely correct. I just quickly asked, is the score all fine for
Should
the chat?
be fine.
And maybe
It's 2 to
nobody
2,
said as
right?
well? Okay, yeah, it should be, right? Because the chat was just saying, all good then. Then I'm even more satisfied. Right then. So you have those two Mesosifs, and especially Mayans, but together with the Aztecs, they're known to actually excel on open maps. Flexibility, You have those great eagles as well.
Yeah.
Plumed archers will become really, really tough to deal with. But we have the Mongols on the other side, and that is Tado.
Yes.
It might be that he's going to have a very, very crucial role in this game, getting a lot of hunts here. Obviously in Scandinavia there's additional hunts, so I expect him to click up very soon, be very aggressive in Feudal Age, and later on even become strong with Mangadai. We can see and look out for that one.
Which eagles do you like the most?
Which eagles? Well, that's a tough one. I mean, it's contradicting. I think I prefer the Mayans ones most. At the same time, I'm not a big fan of the Mayans Civ in general. That might be that I'm biased towards them, because, yeah, Arena. But, yeah, I guess I would like to love the Aztecs the most, but I can't. They're just simply inferior in many situations. But what about you? What you like?
Well, man, to this day, I still have bad dreams about obsidian arrows, crossbows, completely decimated my cities. So that's also a little bit of a negative bias for Mayans, but that is only when you had to play against them, right? If you had to evaluate them as a civilization, they are pretty good. Eco bonuses are great. And on water, Mayans are also the best from all American civilizations. They are the only ones to get heavy demolition ship, for instance. They do get like all the upgrades. Aztecs in particular, they are pretty bad. They are the only civilization from the entire game to not get Galleon, for instance.
Yeah, but they have the military output on their side, right?
They do,
so I think at least early aggression-wise, they could do damage as well. Let's see if that's going to be important. It might be. The players are dropping their dogs. That's very important to mention. It's just Lix who took a lot of time actually to drop that dog. Finally, he's actually building it. And at the same time, he's going forward on the left-hand side. And we all know what this is about. A view constantly reoccurring on Arabia, now on Scandinavia. A trush.
Well, Tado's already in Fuelage, so and he's got an outpost up, so he's kind of expecting this. And on the right-hand side, I would not be surprised to see an outpost up as well. Now, that does not have one. But he's fully walled. This is gonna be fine. Yeah. It's only on the left.
Yeah, exactly. We have two team walls in this game. I mean, semi-team wall, let's say, especially for SY, it's incomplete. But that might be in the making. Now let's pay attention to those trashy situations that we have. Tado is responding adequately, and he's going to build his own tower up. But it's interesting to see that, because Tado, most importantly, is not going for any kind of scouts action. He is instead focusing slightly on water, and is probably interested in clicking up very, very soon. Expecting actually him to go for a castle and then for Mangadai. That is at least the big idea here, economy-wise.
I think he might be able to pull it off.
Yeah, that would be tough.
Oh, this is bad though. Lix managing to get under Tado's tower. I think Tado was not expecting that to be open.
Yeah, but it's also strange, I know. To expect that this was not open, I know. Okay, well, happens I guess, but for what cost? That was his forward goals, his main goal, but he has some convenient goals in the back as well. So he's going to be okay as long as he just keeps everything safe. Keeping those gates up, very important. And then I believe it will be not as bad, even though he is suffering a lot economically. He's housed. He has a lot of idols right now. It could be more efficient. He could have clicked up. But all of these things, of course, not realistic if you're pressured that hard.
He's been spending so much stone in those stone gates as well that he cannot afford another tower.
Yeah, that's that. Also on the right hand side, there's this water dance between Vivi and Doubt. It's not decided yet. In this case, we have home advantages for the defenders because the dogs are far away from each other. And with demolition rafts, things could change. Yo, the first one to click up. After him, immediately Viper also on the way to the next stage.
On the right hand side, we also have two players from Secret against only Vivi on water. So that's also good, but on the left, that means that we have 2 players from SY against only Taro, who is already under heavy harassment, so it's not gonna be good for him. He's already getting targeted, and I think he's gonna start losing the fishing ships. His population
Yeah.
very low once again. Taro has been definitely struggling these games.
Yeah, true. They just focus on him so hard. Maybe sensing that he's... I don't know, I don't want to call him a weak link at all. He's super
No,
strong.
no.
But at the moment, he's... I don't also want to call it underperforming. It's just they focus on him so
Yeah.
much, and
He's
it's
getting
unfortunate.
targeted.
Yeah,
too
he's just
hard.
getting targeted, exactly.
Oh, the tower hop though.
Tower hop, yeah. Yeah, well, that happens if you got 2 gates like that. Well, what now? Now it's getting messed up.
Yeah, he's
TC
going
walls
back.
are very important. A follow-up plan of Lix could now be, well, let's just forget about any kind of main arms. Try to focus on Eagles here and go in like that, because they are maybe to ignore a bit of TC fire, at least for a bit. Though he doesn't do it, he retreats, and instead, I'm not entirely sure. Maybe gets the gold. No, he's, of course, just like in the previous game, laming resources.
Oh man.
Tournaments.
On the right hand side, this is going in favor of Vivi actually. I was taking a look at the engagement, and that's lower on numbers right now. He's been going for a bunch of galleys, so he's gonna be on the back foot when trying to fight against fire galleys. So it's only a matter of Vivi going back and using that demolition raft, and he should be fine. That's going to be troubles for both Doubt and the Viper as well.
Yeah, I reckon so as well. This could lead to some very big troubles here. The next players are on the way to the next stage. I'm glad to see that Taro has finally made it. He has suffered a lot. He was actually supposed to click up first, so what Lix did here was excellent. He slowed down the player that was supposed to click up first. On the map, I mean on the whole map, as weird as it sounds, of the Mongols here, Scandinavia obviously, but it has worked, so I like Lix's efforts. Now the crucial aspect is of course the mid game, to see what else they're going to prepare, and that is actually Yo, who's going for a lot of knights. He has the Huns after all. He's going to have a nice eco. Currently on a single stable, interestingly, so he's focusing on villager production more. Also on stone, very interestingly.
They are going for
wonder
team
where that
walls
is
as
going.
well. I think Yo's the only one who's still on palisades, but everyone else is going for stone wall. So as soon as Mr. Yo switches to stone wall, this is going to be a very tough nut to crack for Secret.
Yeah, might very well be. I agree. So we just gotta wait, because all the players are regrouping on land. It seems that Viper is about to clean up the situation here with his own set of knights. The water situation on the right hand side not decided yet. It's back and forth. I like to see that. Left hand side, if we look at the water, it seems, yeah, Taro not able to do it. Lix is able to claim that area for now.
So it's definitely Vivi looking stronger on water against 2 players than Taro for sure. Second TC on the way, third TC on the way for Taro as well. We have already 2 extra TCs up for the Viper. Doubt still in fuelage, gonna be chilling, but he's just struggling against Vivi. Vivi's already in castlage, so I'm kind of wondering how he managed to do this, and that is the Mayan economy.
Yeah, that is the main economy. I mean, also making use of that, so that was well done. That will give him a big advantage here very soon. There we go. We got the war galleys now, vs normal galleys. That will be very problematic for Dal to deal with.
Yeah.
More stuff needs to happen very soon, which is why Viper is now investing into war galley himself in order to get those fire ships, just to make sure that Vivi is still gonna have a tough time.
This spells troubles for Secret over there. A Viper might be able to contain it. Over the north though, or actually closer to the center of the map now, we have Yo getting chased away by the Viper. So the Viper is going to be fighting both on land and on water. Is that going to be good? Is he going to be able to afford that? Especially on 3 TCs as well that he's trying to boom. He's got the highest villager count from all players.
Yeah, I see. Well, something we gotta pay attention to in the near future, because right now Viper trying to engage you quite risky, but he was it successful?
Yeah.
Not a
Yeah,
single
he was.
conversion from Yo. The
No,
Knights
not
are
a
doing a
single
great
one.
job. Yeah, awesome stuff. But potentially right now something is gonna happen, isn't it? Viper's very aggressive here, which I don't see too often like that in team games, but fair enough. Got a conversion though, but for that one he killed 2 monks. Acceptable trade over there. The remaining players are going to Castle Age.
With doubting Castle Age, I think they should be able to hold on against Vivi and potentially push him back. So water eco for the blue players definitely not gonna be there anymore. As a matter of fact, he only has 1 fishing ship left. I'm not really sure where, but yeah, he's gonna lose control of that, I think.
Exactly. Exactly. So
take a look at this.
What else? Yeah.
Take a look at the push from Lix though, close to Tados.
Okay, there's something incoming. What kind of push is that though? Double monastery here. Beautiful. Beautiful. Interesting. I mean, he has the Aztecs after all. Why not, right? You got one of the most superb, probably the superb monks here in the game. Pair that with a siege workshop. Get your barracks as well, just in case. Yeah, just prepare yourself like that and make Arena great again, I guess, for Lix. Awesome stuff. And
Also,
on water, the situation is still not solved.
How does Viper manage to do this? He was on multiple TCs booming with the highest villager count. He went water, he went land, now he's going up to Imperial Age earlier than anyone else.
Well, Huns. It's the Huns that make it possible, it seems. He's just playing out the versatility of the Civ perfectly. Doesn't even surprise me. But you're right, it's exceptional. It's exceptional.
Managed to beat Yo as well.
Yeah, it's great. It's great. But speaking of Yo, he's now allowed to go in here. At least he's attempting that. Viper not too happy about the situation. With a single villager, he feels confident enough to deal with it, but this is not going to work, obviously. He's flaring now. This might be a very crucial point. He needs help from someone else. At least a tiny bit, but he won't be able to receive it because Tado's busy, Dowd is busy, so Viper needs to do it himself. That's gotta be tough, because he's on the verge to reach a PLH. He needs that Cavalier upgrade, he needs Iron Castle, he needs +4 defense, and then he can deal a lot of good damage here before Yo can do it. But Yo is in there, will be problematic. Very tough.
My numbers here are looking not that bad for the Viper. He actually has more knights than Mr. Yo. In terms of upgrades, they are better than Mr. Yo as well. Mr. Yo does not even have forging. He's going for it now.
Yeah,
it's gonna be fine.
Yeah,
he just needs to stay away from the monks. Sorry.
Yeah, exactly. I fully agree. It's just some difference between the two, and actually, Yo has reasons to be a bit chilled out himself, to just relax a tiny bit before attacking, because he needs to wait. +2 only incoming now. That's actually a bad fight that he's going to be in, unless of course the monks are going to do the work.
Oh, the Mango
They're
guy
just
though.
healing, for the record. Did they just... They still have their conversion juice, as influencer would say. They're not actually...
Converting anything.
Yeah, well, just healing. Wow.
That was very well.
In that case, Viper is obviously going to clean that up, isn't he?
Oh, Cavalier now. That was very well thought out by the Viper. He was just waiting for his other group of knights to come over here so that he had a clear number lead. And then now on water, that is taking water back from BV, so I don't know, man. It seems like things are reverting a little bit, and Secret is looking pretty good.
Definitely, it's happening currently. The pushback is about to become real. And Taro also there with a set of Mangodai. Military-wise, only on 13 for now. He needs a bit more time, but I guess he's gonna get that time for sure. Because Viper, Papa Viper, is there to save the day. Getting Paladino as well. Oh yeah,
man.
A lot of monks by Lix are needed now.
Now, yeah, Yo's gonna be going for knights, of course, himself. Now Cavalier. But as we were discussing earlier, the Berber player and the Mongol player, they're just one click away from getting some camels into the field, and that pretty much neutralizes any cavalry unit from the Hun player over here, especially with access to camel archers, also denying any potential cavalry archer coming up from the Hun player. I feel like SY is in a disadvantage now in regards to potential army compositions and variety.
Yeah, most likely, if they just play it out the way you've just described it, it will be very tough for SY to reach anything here. Also on water, the situation is very grim. Dowd has decided everything. If you look at the fishing eco, completely existent for Team Secrets. Not that it matters too much anymore at this stage of the game, but there has not been a single fishing ship for SY for a longer period of time, meaning that economically, military-wise, it is a momentum for Secret to decide the game. Thus, Yo, best advice to actually make it happen with his own Cavaliers, very soon Paladins. He needs to disengage though. Viper's playing a good game.
Yes, Viper has the numbers, he's got the upgrades as well. They started trading, they're on the left hand side. Tato also managed to gain control of the other water strip, the other river. So everything's falling apart for SY.
Yeah, pretty much. It looks extremely bad for them. They need to hold on, just to survive and get their own eco up as quick as possible. Especially Lix is currently very weak. He needs to make this happen really fast. He gets the castle up for more safety. But I'm also asking myself what kind of army he wants to actually go for to be part of this game, to actually do something here. Eagles?
I don't know, man.
I don't think so. Probably pikemen, but you know.
Could be pikemen with Garland Wars, but it's not even as good as Halberdier against cavalry. I would say probably the best addition from Aztecs at this point would be Heavy Monks. I'm not really sure how that would work with high lag and with Lix on charge.
Yeah, you're right. On the right hand side, Vivi is still doing his thing, playing his game. Castle was about to be denied, but the quick walls saved him, which is the reason why this castle will most likely go up, unless of course this camel archer will say no to that one.
There we go.
Yeah,
Rip.
That's the case. Rip that one. Yep, okay. Yo, incoming to save the day, you would say, but might be a bit too late to do something here on the right hand side. Some other stuff needs to happen. I need a plan here. I really wonder what Lix is going to do. He's going for fortified walls. He's going for Imperial Age. It seems very defensive here. Siege workshops. I really don't know.
HP pool here on the right hand side is looking very much in favor of SY, so that is why the Viper's retreating. But yeah, this is the point where I would love to see a few camels coming out from the Berber player.
Yeah, that would be extremely helpful. I'm just quickly looking at Lix again. He also squires the Scalemail armor. We have a Siege Workshop. That can be extremely helpful. But at the same time, I know he needs to deal with Nanogais very soon as well. His units are not known, his eagles are not known to be super effective against them, especially in high numbers. So what about skirmishers? But no sign of that. On contrary, it's just going to be pikemen, as initially said. And as I said, it's not ideal. It's not ideal.
Well, the right hand side seems to be in possession of SY as they are pushing with the Plume Archers and the Paladins, but in the middle, Mr. Yo is getting pushed super hard by Viper, who also kept the gate open.
Wow.
I was taking a look at 8 stables producing Paladin from Mr. Yo, but now that castle from the Viper is actually gonna hinder his production capacity by rendering 2 of those stables pretty much useless.
Yeah, and Yo has been caught off guard. The bigger bulk of Paladins arriving way too late. If we just consider the damage inside of Yo's base. I mean, at least the pikemen are there to, well, if they had some upgrades besides the +1, to do something there, but I don't think that Secret will let go now.
Only have scale mail armor, those pikemen are not going to be very tanky, particular.
Yeah, as it seems. Even though Yo is holding off quite nicely, we just should maybe think about closing that gate right now, maybe. There we go. And yeah, on the right hand side, it seems at least somewhat promising for Vivi. He at least keeps Dowd busy with that one. That's good.
And Mr. Habibi, can you tell us what is the trading count for both teams?
The trading count?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, let me tell you something about this one. We have 10 25 for his secret, and well, unfortunately for now, 0.
Zero
That's the
for
interesting thing.
SY.
Secret has started super early. I saw that they got a caravan and stuff like that. Fair enough. But yeah, SY should maybe consider this right now. I guess they're doing this. They're now building the markets. It's just that secrets start very early. Very interesting.
It's our elite mango
But
die
yeah.
already fully upgraded. I think they are missing Partian tactics though, right?
Do you mean Barbas?
No, the Mongol player, Tato, right now.
Oh, currently,
Pushing in the
yeah,
middle.
maybe. I haven't seen it. Yeah. I haven't seen it. Guys, this is a best of 7. This is not match point game yet. There's still more games to be played. So make sure to stick around and see how this is going to develop. If you look at the developments on the right hand side, I see a set of elite plumed archers from Vivi interested into engaging. Also Vivi still up there keeping his castle up. About to lose it though if it continues like that. He has his trebuchets. Could be very interesting to see what happens if Dowd could not hold the round there. But he's doing a great job as well.
Yeah, he's doing a good job. Hey, take a look on the left-hand side, or yeah, the left corner. We have the first few markets coming up from Lix, but that choke point over there is awful for trade. He's gonna have to delete the TC, the mining camp, everything. Otherwise, his units are gonna be getting stuck, and trading is not gonna be efficient at all.
Black Forest, though. You're right. Looks really bad there. Yeah, once again, bad RNG there. Unfortunate. It's also interesting if you look at the right hand side, right at this point, from the market's perspective. I don't think that Dowd is dropping the most beautiful lumber camp there. But okay, it's fine, it's fine. It looks better than what Lix is currently doing there. Happens.
Yeah, on the right hand side, we have this engagement between the Viper and the Yo. And Yo, unfortunately, he was sending his paladins forward. I'm not really sure why he was not paying attention over there, but he took a bunch of free damage. You can see most of those paladins are kind of weak. We have only like 60% from the HP pool.
Yeah. Let's see how this is gonna go. The right hand side is gonna be the Black Forest fight of the year, it seems. Dowd also getting Maghrebi camels, just to make sure that his camels are on fleek. And it becomes more and more problematic for SY to hold the ground, because also there's Tato coming from the left hand side, denying that castle. It's far from ideal. They can lose this anytime. There's just too much dominance from Secret on this map currently.
Yeah, there's a lot of paladin, a lot of camel archers. Numbers of camel archers over here are very dangerous already. And with less and less castles for Vivi to produce plumed archers from, it's going to be an issue with army production. He's going for another one on a small hill over there, which is going to be good. But is it going to be enough?
We gotta find out very soon. Viper's pushing in on the right hand side together with the elite camel archers. I know, there's a second castle now. I think Viper is a bit overambitious, but he's taken it. He's taken it. He says, no, I don't care.
Tato also managed to deny one castle at 69%.
Yeah. Wonderful. A lot of paladins are going down, but the follow-up with Dowd is also very powerful. And they've managed to get down this very crucial castle.
We're gonna see 3 trebuchets and 3 bombard cannons taking the other castle down, and I don't see anything here from SY to stop that siege. Even another castle from Dowd coming up as well. By the way, on the left-hand side, complete control by Tato.
No, he has everything under control indeed. Just in case, also some fortified walls. Nothing's gonna happen there. If you go back to the trade, by the way, 78 trade cards versus 25. So you've spotted this one correctly. It's just Secrets way too dominant now in any kind of aspect. And SY super reactive. Very tough to get out of this. Lix is in the middle, by the way. If I understand this correctly. I mean, in the middle as in of the own base with his pikemen and also siege archers.
Oh man. Those Mangda are gonna be defending the Siege Ram against Siege Onagers, and oh, it's open.
Oh my god, do you see the Paladins?
I think it's open.
Yeah, they're through. They're through.
Oh no, man, that is so bad. This is awful for SY, and if Viper just goes straight through into the trade, that is so little that SY has already. Losing trade units
unless of course the Pikeman will do the change. Viper best advice is not to stick around there anymore. Move away from there.
Nice quick walls.
Go
nice,
into
nice trap.
Nice idea, but Viper's through. And also in the middle, by the way, so this game seems to be very over right now. I hate to call it like that, but we also see the Mongols player reaching the trade route, and that's often the case of a very, very brutal loss that is going to be incoming. Yo is dedicated to deal with that, but it's a matter of time until the discrepancies
Viper and Tato branching
dominant.
up everywhere. Yes, yes. There's one thing that I like to do whenever Raiden starts. I take a look at what's the current villager count, and then I take a look at what the villager count is after the raid. And when this Raiden started happening, we had 350 villagers for SY. That's going down by 40 already.
Yeah.
Those units are still
They're not
alive.
looking too great. I mean, they can try to defend themselves, but they won't be able to solve all the problems. And I regard as, at the moment, pretty much impossible to spread out again and push back like that. Look at Vivi's space, and look at what Doubt does there. Look at Yo's space, look at what Viper has done there together with Tato. And now the left-hand side, Lix's area, is going to be infested with the Paladins.
Very, very good team play here for Secret. Now Tato also microing the Mangodai around, trying to just steer clear of the Paladin. Although he stopped paying attention at this point, he was probably paying attention somewhere else. Still did more than enough damage already.
Yeah, this is it.
Yep,
Yeah,
Getting
I don't see any chance anymore, to be honest, but
there we go. Close to 200 lower population when compared to before the raid happened. And man, it's so tricky because it was a single tile that Lix did not manage to wall on time, and that was the end of it.
Yeah, it just started what was not to be stopped anymore anyway, I feel. It was just too dominant. Secrets just played really strong. That's why was just inferior in this match. Let's go.
There we
We're
go.
missing the moment of the era.
So it was
epic.
supposed to be warm colors for Secret, right?
Yeah.
There we go. Perfect.
There we go. Nah, jokes aside, nothing has happened. There was just a little exchange between scouts. As Yo attempted to actually go for a... he still does to go... I mean, he wants to take sheep, also the boys, as we can see. But I guess it will not lead to too much. I will quickly start introducing the players right now.
Let's go,
Bottom
man.
right hand side, Viper with the Celts. You're in, right?
Yes.
Okay, and then his pocket is going to be Tato with the Khmer. And then left hand side we have Jordan with the Japanese. Top left hand side, Vivi with the Spanish. And then pocket is going to be Lix, very interestingly, with the Japanese. And then we have Yo on the right hand side with the Mongols.
Perfect. So the reason we have the wrong scores right now is because the team composition for Secret changed. So it's the program that you use to keep track of this is actually thinking that it's a different team. But it's fixed now. Here we go. Yeah, Yo's actually going to be able to get the board. It's no, it's stopping.
Unfortunate, he just hit it once, right? So...
No. I think Viper just managed to block it.
Oh, really? Beautiful. Yeah, if someone is the god of laming, we know a name or two. But if someone is the god of counter-laming, then we know that's going to be a Viper. Viper is quite insane. In case you don't know, I really recommend. I guess even VO has casted this. I guess we did cast it together with nobody or with you. I'm not entirely sure anymore. That one game with Viper and MBL where it's just unbelievable. But for what cost do you claim back a boy? If you look into Viper's base, you see the unfortunate skeleton, the remains of a villager. rip that one.
Is that worth it though? And the board that he
Yeah.
took is also so far away.
Yeah, it's hugely problematic in that case. I mean, it was not intended that he loses that. Well, the Boilu was awkward. For some people, just cosmetics, but on this level of players, it might even matter for the early start. So, yeah.
A little bit of good sportsmanship over here. Tato sending the sheep back to Jordan. Not gonna be blaming his own teammate. Let's talk about the map for a moment over here. So people might be familiar with Cross. As you can see with Crisscross from the minimap, we, in addition to the 4 ponds in the corners of the map, we have 4 additional ponds along the edges of the map, and we have a central one. So it's a lot harder to know which pond your opponent's going to be docking. So it's going to be a lot harder to go for sneaky docks and be guaranteed that you're going to be picking the right pond. So it's a nice twist. And the middle one, of course, is very important as well.
Exactly. The danger of the middle one, obviously, is, well, everyone has access to that one. And I often see so far on Crisscross, they take that one the last. They will first want to claim those safer ones on the side.
Yeah.
Then the more ambitious players go for those pawns along the borders. And then in the end, you see the middle section be taken over. But in this case, it's different because Jordan and Lix, they say, no. We're going to take that one. We're going to go there right away. And it seems that Lix is going to click up first in comparison to Jordan, most importantly. Might be an advantage that he's going to have in this pond if he plays it out correctly.
For sure, for sure. Your fire galley is going to make it very hard for Jordan to keep those fishing ships alive, and he's also taking his time. He already has the resources. He was just waiting for... He's waiting for another villager. So it's delaying fuelage. That might be an expensive decision, man.
Yeah, that could be very, very expensive indeed. Well,
we're gonna see a second dock coming out from Lix as well.
Now that guy is simply ambitious. He wants to do it. He wants to actually make it happen. Jordan, though, I don't know. They have the plan. They want to do it, but this might backfire really hard. As you said, dangerous times that we live in. Yo on the right hand side, by the way, with his militia, soon to be men at arms, and Viper best advice to obviously wall this one up as soon as possible, but the militias will squeeze through the passage gate, not up in time, as it seems. Unless
that's
of course
gonna be a villager. Oh, but the Viper managed to get the gates up.
That sacrifice, man, that sacrifice. Yeah.
Probably worth it. Probably worth it.
Yeah, probably. Considering what could have happened, even though that is the longer road on the left hand side that will take time until, you know, you get somewhere, but hey, happens, I guess. Yeah, on the left hand side, Jordan about to lose a Vil, but it gets snagged by Lexinio. Does it nicely. And there we are. Well, what
he's
about
open
Jordan,
still.
Yeah, I mean on the right hand side a bit, left hand side completely. On water, he's definitely going to lose that middle pond. I mean, there's little that he can do. Obviously profits from the fact that he is Japanese there, but it's just a temporary buff that he has, unless, you know, he gets up some fire galleys very soon.
Yeah, and then he's going to be with one dog against two.
Some Age of Gates again on the right hand side, by the way.
Oh, there we go. Let's go, boys.
Yeah, but Viper not able to do it. And this time respawn in the classical way, or one of the classical ways, with a counter tower. Really?
Yeah, it's gonna go up for sure.
Oh yeah, what about the water in the middle once again? If we go back to that one, I see little resistance. Jordan is now placing those, producing those fire galleys, but with this approach, he wants to...
Already behind.
Yeah, it's hard to understand. It doesn't seem that ideal. More ideal though what Viper does if you go to the right hand side. He loses a lot of bills, but he tries to tell us that not only MBL is capable of, you know, building these things, gates, whatever, but for what price? He just lost so many bills.
It's not usual that you see this KD for the Viper.
Exactly. At this stage of the game, it's very unusual. And those vills even escape. I mean, a couple of them die. Yo has invested heavily as well, by the way. 26 vills versus 31 of Viper. Both with quite low numbers, but Yo, that's scary how low he is.
Mr. Yo, 26. Why is that, by the way? Oh, Viper is dropping a dock over there in the back pond of Mr. Yo, so he's going to be taking the fishing ships. I think Mr. Yo just tried to rush Fuel H, right? So he didn't really go for a lot of fish.
Yeah.
He started going for fish now, it's too late.
What he needs now is a lot of walls.
Definitely.
Easier said than done. Yeah, definitely. I mean, his economy is already in shambles. Now investing more villager time to get those additional walls up. Yeah, that will be incredibly hard to actually succeed. I don't know. It's just the interesting thing is it's match point game. You're supposed to actually go for some solid stuff. It's underwhelming from Yo, I believe. He's trying his very best, but it has been more than chaotic. But he's estimated this as the suitable strategy to go for, so I'm looking forward to hopefully seeing more. But we gotta wait a little bit. But Jordan on the other side is also not really doing too well, is he? Water-wise, at least.
He's not. He is losing all his fishing eco. He's left on 4 fishing ships even. For Japanese, that is not acceptable, losing fishing ships to fire galleys even.
Yeah, they're so tanky actually, so it's a rare sight for sure. Lix is landing with a villager in the south of the main pond.
Oh, there we go.
And just building more and more docks, interestingly.
Alright. We do have a few players in Castle Age though. We have already one for each team, and then we have 2 players going up, one for each team as well. So even though Kato was not really doing a whole lot, now in Castle Age he might be able to start helping his allies, and he's going for a few knights already. He's already got 2 over there.
Well, that could lead to a nice situation, but that is really going to depend on who's going to play out the Castle Age the best. Vivi, right now, Conquistadores action, Siege Workshop, and focusing on the player that is potentially the weakest right now from Team Secrets. 31 villagers for Jordan, he's going for Castle Age, but he's going to be up against more trouble. Yeah, going for archers / crossbowmen in the future makes sense. But I believe that together with the Siege Workshop of Vivi, it will be very, very tough.
Conquistadors will just lap they will just lap the crossbows.
Yeah, probably. Most likely that is what's supposed to happen here. I also wonder, Tato has the Khmer after all, so, what's the big idea? I mean, he's getting husbandry right now, right? What else does he actually plan there? He just has his knights, and I just wonder if he's going to play that Civ differently in the late game, or even, I don't know. I mean, so far it's just a bit of an odd one, but fair enough.
Yeah,
I
I
guess.
think so. Chimera are going to be extremely powerful in the late game for a team game.
Yeah, in the late game for sure, if we get there, because right now the left hand side is under attack. We see Conquistadores without any upgrades though, so that might be kicking in at some point later.
Yes.
Yeah, Manganella also there, looking solid here. Right hand side for Yo. I'm impressed that his walls are up in time, but let's see when he's gonna get back into the game.
Tato took a little bit too long to try and attack those palisade walls. I think he would have broken through already.
Yeah, maybe that's the case. So yeah, middle pond entirely dominated by SY. I mean by Lix, that is. And
yes.
Look what great stuff, man. How many fishing boats does he have? 19.
Oh man, 19 fishing
yeah,
ships.
Looking
Jesus.
juicy. Yeah.
We are in, so he's in Castle Age right now, so that is 15% faster working fishing ships for him.
Nice one. That's really nice. Also nice from the perspective of Vivi is that he is actually through Jordan's palisades here. And the question, of course, is what does Jordan plan to do against this? TCs? Okay. but that will not be the ultimate solution. We see a
Yeah.
Monk as well. Fair enough. Fair enough. Conversion successful even.
Nice,
And
nice
the
one.
Monk. Wow. Nice. Okay. Looking
These
good.
guys are tanky though. They already have chain bard and armor. Sorry, they already have +2/+2, which is
Yeah,
leather
exactly.
arch armor for them, right?
Yeah, and that is gonna make them so much more durable. You know, with the additional bloodlines, then even more so. It's just super powerful. Let's see where that is gonna go. Yeah, but besides that, it's interesting to see. Vivi is actually not focusing on Jordan anymore. In my opinion, I love this to say, hey, that guy is in shambles already anyway. Let's go to the pockets here and deal some damage. And look at what these Kongs are doing. Killing a couple of vills. Also creating idle time. That's currently 19 vills, not doing too much or just really inefficiently.
Yeah.
Looking good, looking good. Those are really essential moves by the Kongs.
Where's the... Oh, the Magnet already went down for Vivi back at Jordan's base, and now we have 3 monks over there that are going to be pushing those conquistadors away. More stables on the way, so we might see light cavalry coming up from the Spanish player now.
Yeah, it could be. It's also the question if Tato is going to be able to make the difference here. He's trying to rate his opponent, namely Lix, that is. But he's not able to snipe the most essential parts of that. It's not going anywhere specifically from Tato,
Yeah.
at least yet.
We do have on the right hand side Viper going forward with towers though. I am kind of wondering what he's going to do because he does not have enough to go for a castle, but he's already in castle age. He had the 2 TCs. Actually, he was only 100 stone away from getting a castle. I think that's probably why he sent 5 villagers forward, but then he decided to go for multiple TCs instead.
Yeah, probably. That is the case. Yo, finally going to castle age is relieving but worrying at the same time. The fact that he has taken so much time. And Viper's not letting go. You see the towers that you've mentioned, then siege bar shop that is going to be added. A lot more pressure to be expected from the snake on the right hand side. Whereas the left hand side by Jordan, wow. Also
Oh my God.
really problematic, man. Oh yeah. And also mixed
why.
for PLH.
Are they going to equalize this, and are they going to take us to the 7th game?
I really hope so, because I love seeing the entire series. I'm never, favoring anyone here until the very end. It's always for the sake of the longest series. I would love it, but they have the chance. They have the chance. They are able to take out Jordan here, but so is Yo under pressure very soon. But I'm not so sure if Viper is going to be successful, because the towers are a very good idea, especially if you would be able to do just more than watchtowers. Go for some important upgrades, but this won't be happening. Instead, he wants to go for a castle. It's also a possibility. I like it.
There's a few knights from Tato inside Lix's base though. I was taking a look at the population, it's not looking that different. Actually, Secret's getting a little bit ahead in villager count, although we already have a player close to Imperial Age from SY. Tato is also clicking up. It seems to be going for the long run here.
Yeah, that is that. Well, Lix and Imperial Age, big problem for the opposition. Tato also going to Imperial Age might be some sense of hope that they would get from that one. But maybe they don't have enough time for that. So Lix is going for Arbalest, Botkin Arrow, Thumb Ring. We all know what's going to happen. He's going to go for some crazy raiding. Though the map is huge, you need to go for some landing most likely. That's not easy. And Tato, I don't believe it, but yeah, Scorpion defense.
Yeah.
Actually working. For now.
He's gonna be fine, and as he transitions into Imperial Age, we are going to see a bunch more of these. We're gonna see a bunch more elephants, especially as they start trading as well. But they are gonna need to secure one of the corners, because right now, yeah, both the right and the left hand side are still contested.
Now let's check that one out. It's very important to get those corners safe for the upcoming time in this game. I just love to see how Tato is enjoying this very stable economy of his. He could click up to Imperial Age again once he reaches it.
Yeah.
So that is awesome. Probably, I mean, I don't want to make some too early guesses, but you could of course go for more and more Scorpions, of course, but maybe even add battle elephants to all this. But I don't see any sign of that, so I'm not entirely sure
Let's see.
what he's
Heavy
going to pair the
Scorpion.
Scorpions with.
Heavy Scorpion
Yeah.
immediately on the way, as well as Iron Casting. So he could go for Cavalier. Of course, Elite Battle Elephants are going to be the best unit, but it's going to be expensive and it's going to be a little bit cheaper, a little bit more useful at this stage of the game, probably to go just for Cavalier. Especially as he already has a few units out.
Yeah, we're gonna see. It's for now. It seems that Tato's not interested in Cavalry at all. Instead, as you can see, on the right-hand side of Vivi's space, we see a forward castle, forward siege workshop, and a lot of forward Scorpions. It's just unbelievable. But yeah, okay, fair enough, fair enough. As long as you can't deal with that, you are the one being screwed. So I really wonder what SY is gonna do against that one, because currently Tato is the biggest obstacle.
Also for Secret, Viper was going heavily into Scorpions himself, as Celts are going to be getting tankier units once you research for Celtica for 40% extra HP and siege weapons. But what do you pair that with? He's going to be banking on his allies, because going for infantry against more Scorpions, probably not going to be good.
Yeah, that's not gonna work like that. Yeah, you just need to snipe it as quick as possible. Some fast-paced units. They will be melee after all, I reckon. Well, you just go for a lot of castle defense, but together with that cap ram approach, that will be very, very tough to deal with. Currently, Tato is versatile on his own. The only thing that could scare him would be a massive army of cavalry, which is the reason why Vivi is now adding those stables. Needs to hurry up, like Cavs incoming. And on the right hand side, just for the records, Lix is now there with his Arbalest, taking his time though. Yo needs more time, that is the reason. He wants to go for Mangadai, but only now clicking up to Imperial Age. Then think about all the needed upgrades before they become super impactful in Imperial Age. So that is more time needed. Maybe Lix is going to be able to buy some more.
He's going to be getting a castle up, or Mr. Yo that is. But by the time he gets to Imperial Age, I think the Viper's probably still going to be in Castle Age, or going to be clicking up just a few minutes. So it's still going to be in Castle Age by the time Yo is in Imperial.
Yeah.
We're going to see trebuchets from blue. It's going to be troublesome, for sure.
Yeah, seems like it. But yeah, Tato is super scary. Vivi needs a bit more time, he needs Imperial Age, he needs actually all the upgrades plus 4 most importantly, and then, you know, make it happen. Does he have enough time for that one? Because it seems as if he's about to be taken off the game like that. He has still a functioning economy behind that castle that just went down, but
Yeah.
in a few minutes there won't be anything left anymore.
Those two TCs, those towers are not going to be an opponent for those siege rams. And then we do have one castle left for the Spanish player, but if you're wanted to go for Conquistadors, that is not the number you want to see. The castle count. You want to see at least 3, 4 maybe.
Exactly. Yeah,
This
the
stage
more
of the game.
castles, the better. Yes. I agree. So the main idea of SY is to get down Viper as quick as possible, which is already just the idea of it a very tough job to accomplish. Even if it's 2v1, I think Viper is going to hold on quite solidly for a longer period of time. And it seems that Tato is super sick. Even Ballista Elephants, man. It's just wonderful at this point. And
That's
yeah,
an
what does
interesting
Vivi do?
I'll not be expecting Ballista Elephant. We'll be expecting Battle Elephants.
Not just for the lulz, I guess, just one to keep everyone entertained maybe, but mostly it's all about the Scorpions, obviously. Hussar upgrade incoming. This is going to be Vivi's attempt to deal with the situation. He currently has 18 soon-to-be Hussars. Is that going to be enough to deal with 34 Scorpions?
I
We're
don't
gonna
think so,
find
man.
out in a few seconds. In a
These
few
Scorpions?
seconds, he's gonna go in together
man.
with Lix, of course. Who's going
These
for a couple
Scorpions,
of
if I'm not
moves, and that's
mistaken, they already
interesting.
have double crossbows as well.
Where does he research that one? Okay, we'll see. We'll see. We'll see. Interesting formation here by Teto to make sure, but there we go. There's the attempt. Oh my god, so much damage, so much damage. The Hussars are going down like there's no tomorrow, man.
It's not even close.
It's not even close, is it? How many have survives? 25. It was 34, wasn't it? Yeah.
Oh my god, that was nuts. I have never seen Scorpions take a battle like that against cavalry.
Yeah. The only time I saw that was during deathmatch, right? But here, wow. It's just crazy.
We do have some aggression over here from Vivi, but he already lost the castle that he had left. He's trying to go for another one. He's getting converted even by by Jordan. Tato is gonna be taking Vivi down, and SY is gonna need to do the same to the Viper, and I'm not really sure if they're gonna be able to. Tato is back here helping Viper with Scorpions as well.
This is so tough now. I mean, right now they're all basing it on some money shots by Lix and his onagers. Yeah, good luck with that one. Good luck with that one, because they need to catch Ted off guard here to make the difference. Obviously, a couple of successful connections from the Argus would make the difference. But right now, this looks super dangerous. 37 Scorpions like that. Little you can do. And on the right-hand side, the push, as expected, Viper is still holding the grounds, even though it seems grim for him. There are a couple of defensive Scorpions by Tato to begin with, so all good, I guess, all good.
Oh man, he really needs to pay attention over here. There's a lot of cramped Scorpions against onagers. The Lix is not being aggressive enough, in my opinion.
Yeah, he's waiting for them to come a bit too close and then go for it, but in the meantime, he's just losing his own onagers like that. Yeah, it would be so ideal if, you know, right now having either Huns or Britons and then ruling with the trebuchets.
I just spotted a little trouble for Secret though. Tato has 6 gold miners and he's gonna be supporting heavy Scorpion production against onagers. That doesn't seem to be working. We're gonna need to see trade ASAP, and unfortunately Viva still has a hold on his own over here on the left hand side of Jordan's base, which is going to make it impossible to take both corners to start trading. And then on the right hand side, of course, Viper is getting pushed back by the castle, so they're not going to be able to use that corner either. We are going to need to see trading, and we are going to need that soon.
Exactly. Interesting, Tato's now being stopped. He's actually retreating.
Yeah.
Have a little bit of lag here going on. No, it's all fine, all good. Very interesting. It seems that those Kataparuto trebs are doing the work needed. Fair enough. Fair enough. What else? What else? Chainmail armor incoming, so all about helps, siege. Let's make it happen. Interesting. I wouldn't have expected that Tato would now retreat. He's focusing on what is remaining by Vivi, as it seems. At least he's slowly, steadily going back there.
Oh man, there is Mr. Yo is gonna be bringing the pain. Can you see those units going around?
Yeah, that's gonna be very interesting now. Yeah. Careful with that one.
Pay attention,
I don't really agree with Tato's decision though. I understand why he went back, but you know, as it goes with the military, from what I've understood, 101 style, you know, if you make space, your opponent might be able to claim that, and then you might need to claim that back again, which is additional problems. And there is a casual amount of 6 trebuchets currently, increasing numbers on, you know.
Jesus.
I wonder if these Scorpions will withstand that, because right now it might be the time for some successful trap connections.
So yeah, I think the reason why he went back is because he didn't have the eco to replace his heavy Scorpions, so they are trying to claim BB up so that they can start trading.
Exactly. Well, easier said than done at this point, because they need to deal with what Lix is currently offering, even though he's been caught off guard. Very good by Tato, killing a lot of halberdiers for now, but quickly these traps building up, really beautiful. And Very, very brave of Tato that he's not moving away further. Could have been very dangerous there. Interesting.
Trouble here is that
And
we
dangerous.
don't have any meat shield for the siege over there because Mango they are going to be taking siege ram and hit scorpions down super easy.
Not true. Just a bit more army from Espa on the left hand side and they can do it. This would be the equalizer. Let's keep that in mind. This is a match point game for Secret. If they win this, they will proceed to the grand finals, which are going to be tomorrow. So yeah. The last map is going to be Acropolis, by the way. Mikov was asking. Yeah, I love this time. This entire series I thought about Lix and thought, well, what about that? What about his performance? He worked well, but this game he's doing the all-important moves here, very, very important, and it pays off really well. It keeps Tato away, which is essential, and they call it GG because of the treatment. I don't believe it.
There's no way.
There's no way.
They needed trade 10 minutes ago, man. There's no way around it. Vivi Vivi did a fantastic job just staying over here.
Yeah,
making it harder.
True. You can start.
Guys, in the 7th game of the semifinals between Secret and SY, we're gonna have on the left-hand side, bottom left, Tato playing with Incas, who is gonna be facing Vivi, who's playing Chinese. Then on the right-hand side, flanks are gonna be the Viper playing with Mayans versus Lix playing with Berbers. Then SY's pocket's gonna be Mr. Yo playing with Indians. And finally, Doubt for Secret playing with Indians as well. So yeah, both teams still had Indians available. Having Incas for Tato feels huge to me. I think it's going to be incredibly important in the early stages of the game. What do you think about this, Mr. DemEyesRed?
Yeah, I'm currently looking at all these things. I'm also fascinated by Tato's gold there for a second because of the wood line there. Really nice. But happens, I guess. That is not bugged, by the way.
No, it's not.
At least according to the rules. So yeah. Incas, I'm not surprised. Against Chinese, that is a very, very surprising one. Especially Vivi having that one. I can't see where this could go. But the only player to choose Acropolis and then, Chinese, I'm not so sure. I would even say people like Stark or something like this would do that. But fair enough. I mean, for good reasons they would do it.
Yes,
it's just, I believe that, okay, this is going to be Scout start, but he will be dealing with an Incas player. So he needs to be very protective because I assume that Tato is going to go quite aggressively here. Right inside we have Mayans, I believe, the best picks because it's a super open map and this is where the Mayans simply excel. And it is in the hand of Viper, someone who has played the Mayans, I believe, 8,000 times or so. I don't know if that's an accurate number, but it feels like that, having seen them back in the days even. And up against the Berbers. Really, I'm not so sure. I guess it will change. Someone is going to have an advantage in the beginning and then a disadvantage. I feel that both Viper and Tato are in a situation where they need to go super aggressive. Otherwise, they're going to get not steamrolled, but harassed by a lot of scouts potentially.
Yeah, I do believe they are going to have the edge in the beginning. Yeah, and later on though it could definitely shift, especially with Viper. I am very, very sure that he's going to have everything under control with that Civ, but who knows, SY can win this as well. And Indian pockets on both sides. I love to see this because it just makes everything even. Well, man, just to clarify, Viper has played Mayans 8,415 times and a half.
And a half, right?
Yeah, just to be precise.
Okay.
Oh my God, the score. Sorry. Jesus Christ.
Happens. Yeah, it just happens because if the players switch, the scoreboard just thinks, okay, new game, new sets is 0-0. Technically, that's even correct to a certain extent, right? Because it's a new series, so of course.
That's a different team.
Well, yeah, it's a different team. Exactly. So here we are. Definitely looking forward to seeing some stuff, and like I said, expecting Tato to do some shady things, pushing the deer currently, pretending to be a very nice guy, I'm sure he really is, of course, but it might be very, very dangerous what he's gonna do. Yo and Doubt getting Loom first. Maybe they're gonna click up first as well.
All right. Loom on the way for 2 players already, and the pockets, interestingly enough. Viper already going forward with a few militias. Seems to be trying to go for Drush FC, it feels to me. He does have Loom, but of course Mayans do have to get Loom anyway, but he's going for the walls already. And he's queuing more and more villagers. It's either going to be Drush FC or Drush Archers. I think it's probably going to be Drush Archers. I feel like Drush FC is probably going to be a little bit too risky for a final game.
Fully agreed. Fully agreed. Though with Viper, I don't know. I just have the feeling that he's gonna do a fast castle. The argument against archers on this map is it takes a lot of time. If you focus on Lix, let's say Lix is walling and defending, you must go all over the place to Yo. There's so much danger in between. It might be that he's just pulling off some crazy move. Some crazy move.
It's a fair point.
So let's keep an eye on that one. It might very well be that this happens, but who knows. As a matter of fact, do we see some forwards? Yep, there we go. And Tato's being caught by Vivi. He saw him walking around. That's 6 villagers marching forwards.
Yeah.
We can expect some Incas towers.
Getting spotted by Mr. Yo as well. We're gonna have some militias out here for blue, as well as Mr. Yo's and Vivi's own scouts, so that's gonna be like 4 military units against those villagers. And Tato, of course, does not have blacksmith or anything, so I don't think he's gonna be able to take this engagement.
Yeah, it seems like it, but both pairs are determined to engage. Tato now backing off, playing the safe game. Waiting for Doubt's support as well. There we go. Vivi is gonna go for man-at-arms though. There's a lot of reasons, and he even prepares his own forward villagers. Damn.
I don't know about that tower though. No.
Yeah. I don't know.
Back.
Maybe I really have no idea why he did that. Happens. But yeah, blacksmith has been added. That's really important for Incas. And scale armor incoming. Once that happens, of course, you can engage easier, but the first vill is dying. And it is getting really bloody here, though. Vivi is losing militia before man-at-arms. He needs to actually reconsider this tech. If he loses one more, there's 2 of them still alive. It's worth it. 2 man-at-arms. But now we have +1 vills here with that upgrade.
Oh, man.
Fantastic. Yeah.
That is a step
not so good.
With the wrong foot for Tato, for sure.
Yeah, and Viper, just for the records, sitting on 29 vills here. So yeah, indeed, that dude is just gonna go for the fast castle. Not so sure how successful that is gonna be, because Lix is reacting accordingly. Maybe a bit too late if you ask me, but still he does it. He will trash him to have an impact on the FC. Ideally, from his point of view, he could, of course, slow him down. Judging that he has... I just want to check his... Yeah, he sees the gold. He could actually drop a very, very good sour onto Viper's base.
Tato is taking awful trades. He's lost 2 villagers already. He's been taking some villagers from Vivi though, to be fair. But yeah, on the right hand side, I don't think Lix... I think Lix is a little bit too late now. Although the Viper does not have enough resources to go for fast castle. Well, it's still definitely not over, but Tato's been losing 1, 2, 3 villagers over there, gonna be losing a few more. He's fighting against Minotaurs, and yeah, you have extra armor with those villagers, but cannot really fight Minotaurs, and that's gonna be the 5th villager at the very least that he's gonna be losing. I think that's probably like the 6th already. He's so far
look
behind,
at the vill count of Tato, man. Indeed, you're absolutely right. It is terrible. And for that reason, we see Tato dropping a defensive tower. Yeah, I mean, right now, what could happen, what will most likely happen is Yo and Vivi will both focus on Tato, take him out of the game. Viper will not be able to fast castle without any issue. Lix is playing the usual aggressive game style. The worst thing would even be if Lix knew about the lumber camp of Viper. Currently not happening, but might be even incoming. And yeah, that would mean that Doubt would be on his own. And he could be anyone on this planet. having two teammates down like that, I am not so sure how long you can just pretend that this is still a doable situation.
Of course, they're gonna keep trying as long as possible, but yeah, it's looking quite dire already for Secret. Bloodline's on the way for Mysterio as well as Wheelbarrow. Do we have anyone close to Castle Age? We do, the Viper. It's still always close to Castle Age, but not quite there.
Look at Tato's base, man. This is so hurtful.
Oh,
so hurtful.
Man.
I mean, all the risk that he's put into his forwards, now he's gonna get the full recipe for, you know, failing that one really hard. And that results in him being behind 10 vills, I guess. Yeah, pretty much average number of vills is 33, 34. He's sitting on 23. Yeah, very bad, very bad.
What a good team play from SY for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
Very nice coordination. This team dynamics you don't get unless you play for years with these guys.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, especially the synergy between Yo and Lix is really infamous.
Beautiful.
Yeah, definitely. So let's see if Viper is going to be able to save the day, because contrary to my initial belief, he has been able to deal with Lix actually. That is fundamental. And with that one, he could get this castle up very soon. Get them plumed archers out and go for some roaming here. Ideally, of course, we'll see how realistic that is going to be, because also Doubt is going to get raided very soon.
He's gonna be fine. Doubt's gonna be fine here. 4 spearmen. Gonna be struggling against the archers a little bit, but he has some defensive towers, or one defensive tower close to the goal, so he should be fine. Yeah, they're gonna be banking on the Viper, really carrying this hard, man. They're gonna need a hard carry.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. But maybe Daltovich is going to be able to participate as well. Currently is struggling, but he's delivering a somewhat acceptable defense here, unless of course Vivi is going to go through there, which is not happening. Ah, that's awesome. Right. That's very important that he's not going to get raided like that.
There is a small time window that the Viper has to do damage now before 2 players from SY are in Castle Age. Tato is doing what we saw Vivi do. I think it was in Oasis. When you full commit, things don't go your way, you're already committed, so he's going to be sending more villagers forward, and we're going to see 2 towers coming up inside Vivi's Acropolis.
Yeah, might be. I really don't know yet what to expect, because Tato is... I love it. Toxic, man. Look at him. He's getting back, you know, look what he's doing. He's pretending to be Vivi at the moment, you know. And I've seen these fights, Tato versus Vivi, during ECL so many times. Old rivals, so to speak. And yeah, it's just happening again and again. But it's also lovely to see that Tato's not giving up. He's trying his best.
Do you think Tato's going to be able to out Vivi?
Yeah, good question. Currently it seems like that, because Vivi has lost his main goals very soon. Nice Palisades. Yeah, very nice, very nice, very nice. Oh my god.
Oh, that is fantastic.
Having that kind of, you know, that is the MBL sense, you know, just, you know, thinking about these little aspects, making sure that the opponent is really in a tough situation now. So maybe, yeah, maybe he's gonna out Vivi here. Lovely.
Oh, this is awkward though. Vivi managed to get some military units underneath Tato's tower. Back at home. Oh, there we go. Those were mostly archers. I really thought that he had some villagers inside there.
I did think so as well in the beginning, but that was just a single vill. And yeah, the Palisade is down, and Tato maybe in a very bad situation now, but 3 towers is, I believe, a good number to make sure that even scouts will say, meh, maybe not the greatest situation we're in right now. But now, together with the help of camels, these towers will not...
are doomed.
Yeah, for sure.
Big walls not coming up, villager going down for sure, and those 3 towers are going to be going down. Most likely those 5 villagers are going to be going down as well. And if you take a look at SY, they're going for multiple TCs, so the villager count is going to start skyrocketing for Team China.
Everyone is focusing on the left-hand side right now. We see how Yo is moving there the entire time. Doubt is also on the way, so we'll have an Indian war very soon on a Chinese terrain here. In the meantime, I just wonder, Viper, what is he doing? Producing 11 plumed archers so far. He needs to go for the money shots, as I like to say, and he's currently running around in between Yo's and Lick's base. We'll see if he's going to find some prey here, but the left-hand side still in Vivi's space, that's the most crucial spot because Tato is about to lose everything again.
Okay, that's good. 2 villagers going down for Mr. Yo over here, and the left-hand side, yeah, villagers going down for Tato as well. Gonna leave Tato with 31 villagers, still in fuel age. Definitely the weakest link in the chain in terms of current population for his team.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. 31 vills and also without wheelbarrow. Viper also without wheelbarrow for the record, but fair enough. He has a high number of vills to begin with, but Tato, he needs to go to Castle Age first of all, and then he needs some defenses because very soon, unless Doubt is going to do something about it, yeah, Yo is going to be going in there, and maybe also Vivi on his way. Tough one.
Do you think maybe the Viper's a little bit rusty after his holiday?
That might be. I don't think so. I mean, every normal person on this world, yes, for sure. I would be rusty, you would be rusty.
That's a good point, yeah.
But not, yeah, for Viper, it's just insanity, and I really love this.
Accounts are looking better for Doubt here. In terms of numbers, upgrades only +1/+1 or +1/+2 for Indians. We already have +2/+3 for Mr. Yo.
Seems like that. Tato is being left alone for now due to Doubt's efforts, it seems. Giving both Yo and Vivi the impression that things are not as safe as it seems. Yeah, but Doubt is doing the good thing. Pumping out camels like there's no tomorrow. He needs to do that.
He's gonna be sacrificing some booming in favor of that as well. Usually he would be the player going for like 70 to 80 villagers at this point, but he's been going mostly for military. And he needs to, as you said.
Yeah, it's very, very important right now. We have a clash very soon. It seems that SY is interested in engaging here, as they feel that Doubt is inferior, lacking the +2 upgrades for now. But once he has that one, he's going to be very, very durable, especially to those crossbowmen. There we go. Engagement right now. Doubt is not going to be able to do that unless he makes use of the hill advantage.
Hill advantage, yes. Let's see. Oh no, he does not have enough numbers. He's got the hill advantage and he is still getting wrecked.
Now he at least has a defender's advantage because he has the sables also close by, and the snake arriving now.
Yo, this is going to change things around.
Yeah, I mean, he will decide that fight, but I still think that they've done a lot of damage here to Doubt, that is, reducing his military numbers, and they're still the aggressors here. But I also think that SY has low-ish military numbers for now, and Viper could make use of that. He just needs to be brave enough, and I think he's the right guy for this mission. He's marching forward now, as it seems.
Take a look at the right-hand side of Mr. Yo's base. Tato's been dropping a few monasteries over there. He's going for a few monks. He's going for some towers as well. So sticking to towers until the end of time.
Yeah, until the castles are up or anything like that, we'll see.
Yeah.
Also Sanctity, very interesting. Just for the record, Lix has camped on the right-hand side, just to make sure that he has an eye on any trade moves that are going to happen in 15 minutes or so. What is Tato going to do? Successful conversions, but he's up against Yo with a tower in the north. A reason for the monks to go away. But he's trying his best for sure. Tato has been behind so heavily. He is still behind so significantly and housed. But he's trying to fight. He's trying to have an impact in the game. Trying to buy enough time for Viper to actually take over here. Viper and Yo going to the next stage.
14 camels against 8 knights should be good enough for Dao to push those units away, and now we have the Plumed Archers in the north for the Viper, so this is going to help a little bit Tato's cause.
Yeah. Dick's also trying to go for a raid, but he's being chased by Dao's camels in the south, so that is more or less okay for Secret. And now it's time for Secret in the north, right? Look at these Plumed Archers. They might be up to some very, very successful moves with Thundering very soon. And once he's an imp, that could be very, very strong. A bit more time is needed for that.
Yo on his way to imp as well is going to be bringing Imperial Camels, and what do you think is going to be better here? An army relying on Imperial Camels? An army relying on elite Plumed Archers?
Well, thing about that one is I have the feeling that if Viper keeps on staying in this position, in case Yo doesn't do anything against that, I prefer Viper's spot here. Because it will take some time to get to Imperial Camels. It will also take some time to get to fully upgraded Plumed Archers. There's no doubt about this. But right now, he could do things that will slow down Yo here. And yeah, having very fast Plumed Archers, that will be the death of many, many units.
On the right hand side as well, close to Lix's base, we have more Plumed Archers from the Viper. Now, they have a few choke points over here, so they should be alright against those knights, I think. But Viper's not paying attention over here, he's paying attention in the north. He's gonna be fighting against the camels from Mr. Yo, who is already in Imperial Age, going for heavy camel and plate bard in armor. Elite Plumed Archer coming out for the Viper, so as you were saying, it's one upgrade to get Elite Plumed Archer, 2 upgrades to get Imperial Camels, but then there's another issue that Mr. Yo is on multiple stables, so he should be able to outproduce the Viper. The Viper's on 3 castles though, so not too shabby as well.
I was just seeing something bottom left hand side, Tato's base. Vivi has been able to place that castle at the last second. And Doubt was there to deny that one together with Tato's towers, but in the end it has not worked yet. Yeah, the question of course is how impactful is Vivi's production going to be like. He has a somewhat weak economy. He tries to go for actually Chukunus, of course, probably in combination with Siege. I'm not so sure if that is actually realistic. Vivi is over-investing here and he's just losing units at this point. We'll see about that one. The castle, currently not the craziest thing on earth. And in the north, still a great war between Elite Plumed Archers and Yo's heavy camels.
Plumed Archers kind of get surrounded from time to time. It looks very scary. They're gonna be able to hold on. They're gonna be able to hold on, and Viper's gonna need to send more and more plumes over there. Because they can't let go. They need to get control of the north. In the south, they are really struggling against Vivi. So we need to start chipping away Mr. Yo's defenses, or maybe even Lix. Start doing damage, man, because they are behind significantly, almost 33 villagers behind. They do have more army, but I'm not really sure if it's the same army quality, as we are going to have some rams coming out from the Indian player as well.
No, I still think that if Tato was just in a better situation, things would be so much differently, but there's some idealism for me right now. They need to, Tato needs to rely on the help of Doubt and Viper, and Doubt is trying. He's marching forward, gonna drop a forward castle just to zone a couple of goals here. And a set of 17 camels about to go inside of Vivi's base.
Habibi, man, yeah, that castle coming up is going to be the counter strategy to what Vivi has been doing to Tatos.
Yeah, pretty much.
Do you see the villager difference going down to only 5? Doubt went forward with all his camels, and very close to where he is placing his castle, he took like 14 villagers from that gold mine.
Exactly. That was a money shot right there. Really, really good. Strong performance by Doubt. Might be game changing because at the same time, Viper inside of your space right now, man. It's gonna happen, man. The rate is real. We talk about 29 Plumed Archers up against 12 Imperial Camels and more incoming. That is dangerous, but if someone can kite, if someone can micro, if someone can make use of choke points, it is the Snake himself. And he's going for that fight. Is he insane? They have +5 But
That
he's
is
taking
not
that
the
fight.
greatest kiting that I have seen.
Yeah, but he estimates this one as good enough, worthy, or what is that kind of decision? I mean, he's still he has 90 military. It's not the end of the world if he loses that. The most important thing currently is happening in front of Lix's base,
Oh
where
man.
Lix is cleaning up a lot of units, including those trebuchets. That forward castle was so important, but it might just crumble very soon unless Viper's gonna do something. He's just out there alone, dealing with multiple things at the same time, but his military output is so insane, 80 military still. Even though it's decreasing, he's doing his best, and I believe that Dartovich also equally trying his best with Imperial Camel incoming, Blast Furnace incoming. It's getting really intense here, man.
We are definitely gonna need Secret to take better trades over here, and even though they do have the military lead in terms of numbers, those were two awful fights that Viper was taking over there. And he's not gonna be able to 1v2, so it's perfect that Doubt's here, because they need the reinforcements.
Have you seen the left-hand side on stream already? For the viewers to see that? The very left-hand side of the map?
Oh! Tato!
Just, you know, for the record.
Oh! Take a... What a play! What a play! That's so good, man. That is so freaking good.
That's dedication, man. Yeah. We don't see this one for the first time, but every time it's really amazing.
Yeah.
Tato, man. Toxic, man. Toxic. I love it.
Oh, and that started raiding as well. Take a look at Lix's base.
Exactly.
Pretty much
Look
full
at this.
Eco.
Wow. Let's have a quick analysis of the villager count once again. Vivi sitting on 109, Yo 102, Lix 95, Viper 97, Dart 142, Tato 68. He's getting there slowly, steadily. He's trying his best. But what's most important and most significant is Viper's military count there, once again reaching 100 plus, pop capped. This is just insane guy.
Viper on his own more military units than all of SY combined. And Lix's outer base is getting raided by Doubt's Imperial Camels as well. The villager count is going lower and lower for SY. Doesn't look like they're going to be able to stop this in time. Imperial H on the way for Tato as well. Final player from Secret to go up.
Exactly. Well, I find it also quite bold of Lix to think, yeah, I can just do this with my Cavaliers, to, you know, have a fight with Imperial Camels. Obviously, that's not going to go anywhere. And I also think that Berbers in the late game, it's very problematic. They rely on their cheaper units from the stable unless you go for Camel Archers, which is not the case. I still think that Indians player, Doubt, might have the upper hand. And wherever Viper goes, man, wherever Viper goes, everything is just gonna crumble, it seems.
That's beautiful. The little bunch of Bloom Archers that he has inside Vivi's base is just caught in the trade straight through. Not letting any trade cards go through.
No, it's fantastic, man. It's just such a strong performance by Secrets. They've come back from such a terrible situation, but the game is not over yet. Vivi with Chukunus, Halberdiers, and also Trebuchets.
Yeah.
Pretty much between Tato and Doubt there. Placing another castle, I reckon. Doubt now aware of the situation. Well, how to deal with that, then of course need the help of Viper, who is on the way, I believe, with a set of... No, he's not coming. So the question is how to deal with that one. There are a lot of help. It is GG, they called the GG! Because they know it is not possible anymore. Do they just...
Oh my god!
They know Lix is out of the game, Vivi could not save it anymore, and Yo also giving up, ultimately, GG.
Man, I was really expecting SY to try a little bit harder because that push from Vivi was very powerful. And Lix was still holding on. I mean, he was going to lose his outer base, but back at home he was okay. Yo was not too bad. I think they probably because of trade. They couldn't trade at all.
Yeah, that one, and also look at the military count. I mean, Vivi was there, but Lix was not of any importance anymore, and Secret just took over. Viper, man. Viper. What a man.
What a game.
Dude, it's yeah. I mean, I say it every time, man. When I see this guy playing, it's, you know, I lose faith in everything, man. It's just insane.
This was such a nail biter. Such a nail biter, man.
Yeah. Absolutely perfect.
Back.
User left your channel.
Well, he does want
Hello.
salad.
Okay,
No,
there we go.
Jordan wants
Beautiful.
salad.
No, Jordan doesn't want salad.
Jordan wants
Guys.
salad, man.
No, Jordan doesn't want salad.
Wants
Hello.
Talking about salad.
man. Tato, what is this conversation, man? Can you explain?
I
About
have
the
no idea.
salad, man.
Jordan doesn't want salad.
Choosing what to
Jordan
celebrate
wants
with?
salad.
No, he doesn't want that.
He eats salad every day, man.
No, he's not fucking rabbit.
Oh my god.
He's pretty close to it.
This is
Well, yeah.
beautiful.
He got teeth for that.
guys, is that your usual conversation that you have after winning a semifinal like that?
During the game as well.
Yeah,
During the
we've
game
been-
as well.
We've been
Bravo,
fighting the whole
bravo,
game.
bravo.
During the game.
Salad
Okay,
and
that
salad.
explains a few things. A thing or two. So guys, congratulations on winning the semifinals. How are you feeling now? It's been a close series and up until the end it's been very like a nail biter, as I was saying. How do you feel now?
No.
Beautiful. Perfect answer.
The best way would be if you did direct the question to one of us. So we know
Okay,
who's
okay,
answering.
okay. Now let's talk to Doubt, who was
Yes.
volunteering to the interview. All right, how do you feel, Doubt? Feel like eating salad?
I need salad, man.
Okay, nice. Well, I got a couple of questions, and I wrote the names that I would like to ask as well. So maybe you guys get ready, because Viper. So I just start
Yes.
right away. First of all, congrats, of course.
Thank you.
Also, welcome to my home country, Germany, my brother. So welcome.
Thank you.
welcome.
Dankeschön.
Bitteschön, bitteschön. Because I guess in Manchester I didn't say this, so I had to say this right now. Okay, so, well, thing is, about game number 1, Arabian. You made a few scouts and upped fast, and Yo went full scouts. Why did you choose to go for the amount of scouts that you did in this game? Was that just feeling, or you thought, that's the exact number I need?
I didn't expect rainbow.
You didn't expect rainbow?
No.
No? Okay.
No, I just made a couple of scouts, felt safe-ish, but I think we just failed our whole strategy altogether. It was not regarding my scouts or.
I
think it was just
failing
our
on
team.
my side, but okay.
But you know, when
If Doubt didn't go man at arms and met archers, it would have been fine.
Okay, I see. Because what we've seen, of course, yeah, you got taken off the game quite fast once, you know, advanced into cast stage, down to 22 vills actually. But how did you manage to actually recover from that one and maintaining enough army? I mean, normally I think, yeah, you need to give up on army to recover, or the other way around. What is the magic behind that actually?
Well, I did give up quite a bit in army. I didn't have enough to
Yeah?
support properly, so.
Oh, okay.
So yeah.
Well, okay, okay, interesting. So yeah, that was the first game. I know nobody want to ask something else about that.
I have a question for Tato. It's not related to the first game per se, but I do want to ask for comment regarding the trashes from today, because it was definitely a struggle. How do you feel about that?
About what? Sorry, can you repeat?
The trashes, because we noticed that they were not really going that well, especially in the last game. It was super rough, and we were kind of hoping for the worst over there. So very good that you managed to come back, but do you have any comments regarding that trash?
I guess they are used to do it, and they know the weakness as well, so they can defend better when
That's a
they
fair
are
point.
being in that situation.
That's a fair point. So do you have any other question, DemEyesRed? go.
Yeah, sure. About
Perfect.
game number 2. Thing about that one is we saw turtle ships once again, and always when I watch those Twitch streams, they say ha 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 meme, ha 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 ha. Just a question to you guys. I know I will ask Tato here now. What about the turtle ships? They destroyed the galaxy at some point. How viable do you estimate them in the game?
I think they are good for SY style, because they usually play like messy games and there is not too much army involved. So when there is not too much army, turtles can shine much better.
Okay, yeah.
There's like 3 fires versus 1
Exactly.
turtle is easier.
Yeah, it was very impressive to see that. Also, another question to you right away. So, how important was it for you and also for the team to focus more on water while SY focused more on land? I'm asking this question because in previous games on migration, we've seen different philosophies that were actually followed. So, what about that?
Well, Viper managed to make some fires in your fees, so we knew that would have more fees. But then at the same time, Leaks went for sneaky Galidras, and he killed some fish as well. But we had all better fish overall, or we were thinking that. That's why we decided to go for the water approach, and also because those civilizations were much better there.
I see. Cool. So that would be my questions for game 2. I would go over to game number 3 unless
Let's go.
Nova has
Let's
to
go.
ask.
So yeah, I do have a question, guys.
Yeah,
what
as
is?
well.
Let's talk about. Yeah, let's talk to the Viper here. I think he's been present in all games. How is team coordination, team dynamics? How does it work for you? Because especially in a game such as Islands, there was so much going on all the time, everywhere. How do you manage to coordinate where to pay attention to, where to strike, where to defend from the other guys when you're getting landed and you're trying to land as well? What do you do?
Well, everyone pretty much just focuses on themselves.
Okay.
There's not too much to do there. You just have to deal with what's handed to you, and especially with the way they play Islands, it's just chaos all over the place. And we're trying to introduce a bit of that ourselves as well. But yeah, it just becomes messy all over, and you have to just focus on your own stuff and try to come out of your own situation as good as possible. And then, I mean, we enter the game with a plan ourselves, right?
Right.
But obviously that plan goes out the window quite fast when
Yeah.
things get that messy.
Right.
Understood.
So you'd say that
Okay.
probably individual skill is in those situations a little bit more valuable than team dynamics per se?
Not necessarily. It's more about like the strategy we enter the game with might be completely blind countered by the way they
Right.
play, for example. So I think it's more about the the approach. We could always do like everyone does a much safer approach to be ready for those landings and such. But we wanted to do a little bit of YOLO style ourselves as well. So I wouldn't say it's that much about individual skill. It's more about actually like having the luck to pick the right approach in the right area.
Makes sense. Makes sense.
All right, let's go.
Since we have so many games, I would love to ask so many questions about all the games. But yeah, let's go ahead here and let's go for game number 5, Scandinavia. So I have a question: why did you pick Berbers as a flank when you already have a good cavalry pocket instead of an archer civ, for instance? Were you that concerned about the water aspect? That's a question to doubt. In case he's around.
He's in his
Doubt, doubty, doubt, bed, doubt.
Yes. What
Yes,
was-
yes. Answer the
Yes,
question.
Civ, good Civ, yes.
Good civ, good civ.
Yes, that was the plan, yes. We were
That was
thinking like
absolutely the plan, right?
that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
actually kinda
absolutely. From the
works.
beginning, we planned like that. And
Kind of works actually.
Yeah, right.
that was the question.
It's just,
We were
that was
thinking like
absolutely the plan,
God.
right?
Yeah,
actually
absolutely.
kinda
From the
works.
beginning, we planned like that.
You should
Okay.
repeat the question.
Would you like me to repeat that question?
Yes.
Okay, wonderful.
For the people who didn't hear it.
Exactly. So why did you pick Berbers as a flank when you already have a good cavalry pocket
I
instead of an
didn't want
archer
to
civ?
play Berbers. I want to play Hans. Vipers, like you be Berbers. But yeah, Berbers mainly for Mongols. They work very well together. Mongols
Yeah,
to Mass Magudai is super slow, and that team bonus helps a lot.
No, we didn't have Mongols. What are you talking about? Oh, we
Oh,
did have
my
Mongols.
God.
Oh, we did have Mongols.
You did,
I'm
man.
wrong.
Yeah.
That was dominating, man.
But that was not the plan either, though. It's because barbers are good on water too, man.
No, I was
hell,
like, I would
man?
prefer Hans on side, and you were like, no, Berbers are better. And it
Yeah,
was like,
for a
cheaper
reason.
knights, cheaper knights from Berbers as pocket, or
But then we agreed that Paladin is better as pocket.
no, we agree that you steal all my gold and just boom, man.
It works.
It works, yeah.
Crazy, man. About that game, I also have a little question to Viper, and that would be, you cleaned Yo's knights and Lix's forward at his base even before getting Cavalier. Lix had a lot of monks, but didn't really land conversions. Would you say that the conversion luck was on your side, or I don't know, how do you see that kind of situation that you were in there, if you can remember?
I just wanted to free my gold as fast as possible, so I just sent whatever I had in. I didn't really pay attention to the conversions or anything. I just patrolled and
Okay.
let them fight because I was pretty sure I would win that fight no matter what.
Okay, you were sure yourself already. All right, makes sense. Cool. Yeah, it was awesome. It was, I believe, also the viewer said that was pretty much beast mode. That game,
Doubt, you
definitely
hear that?
someone. Yeah, you all did that. That game was insane for sure, for sure. Yeah, then cross. That would be
Yeah,
game
let's
number
go
6.
for the next one.
Yeah, Nova, do you want to ask?
Yeah, let's
something?
go for that one.
Yeah, let's
Yeah.
go. Let's go. Let's go for that one.
No, I don't have a question for that one. I do have a question
Right.
for the next
No,
one.
no
So
worries, no
go
worries.
on, ask yours.
So that was the game. That was the game when Dart was benched and Jordan came. Retrospectively, do you think that was a good decision? Was there a decision for that one? What happened?
Doubt, you watched, you can explain.
I wasn't looking at the game. Oh wait.
Okay, then no worries, no worries. Then
I
about,
lost the sound. What was the question?
Okay.
I didn't
would just
watch
say-
the game, yeah.
Oh, you didn't watch the game?
No. Just
Nah,
when
then it's okay.
the end of it, when that
Doesn't
dominated
matter.
with Scorps.
Yeah, about that one then, no worries. If you didn't watch the game, no worries. Then question to Tato. Chimera Heavy Scorpion seemed to shred the fire ships as well as extremely hard to stop they were. Did you originally pick Chimera to go Scorpions or did you have another plan?
Not really, but it was an option for sure. Like, we know that Chimera's corps are really strong, and also with the Kelts. Like, ideally, Kelts will go Scorps and I will go Elephants, but in this case, Viper had a really bad map. He had all the goals forward, and he couldn't get into the chance to go for a Scorp, so
Yeah.
I had to go for it to defend Jordan as well.
Right. Yeah, it was an insane game. Also, the results, how things developed, certainly dramatic there. And then, speaking of things being dramatic, game number 7, Acropolis.
Hold on there, mister. I have a final question over here, actually. Just remember.
Okay, let's go.
So we were talking about this. This is for Taro. We were talking about your Scorpions, your heavy Scorpions, and how you had so many and you were going forward against Licks. But then you started retreating. Was it because you guys wanted to clean VV so that you could start trading? Or was it just because you didn't have any gold or you didn't feel like safe enough not being able to replenish your Scorpions if you lost any?
Yeah, basically what you said, like, we had to start trading and we didn't have the corner secure because VV had still one castle. And also, like, there were too many Onagers and Hassan and it was too risky. So I had to wait for Jordan as well to get into the game. And, well, in the meantime, I could destroy that castle and then...
So trying to play it safe. Perfect.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Let's go to game number 7 then.
Okay, about that one, just real quick. That was mentioned as one of your home maps, right? We're saving the strong civs of Indians, Incas, and Mayans specifically for this map, and save it up until the very end. I asked this question to Viper.
We were discussing back and forth a bit when to use mines, like throughout the whole series. They were kind of an option for almost every land map. But we decided to wait with them until Acropolis. It was not something we already decided beforehand. It was more of a let's just pick what civs fits and see what we have.
Right.
And mine's good for Acropolis anyway. We saved Indians for this, and then it was just the third civ was a little bit. We were discussing back and forth a couple of options there, but we figured out how to have some fun with Inca, Villager, Tower, shenanigans.
Shenanigans for sure. Yeah. So since I know so many Mayans gameplays from you, also back in the days on your 1v1s, people like Hassan and stuff, just your opinion, man. You were the one providing the main army with a lot of plumes and economy. How do you think that performs in terms of carrying a team when the other team has Imperial Camels to try and carry as well?
Well, we put, like, the way the game played out was kind of, I just played safe to get the plumes, and Doubt took a little bit of damage, so he was a little bit behind Yo. But it did put myself in a good position as Mayans, and Mayans is a really good civ to deal with Indians. So I never felt like it was necessarily a problem. And as long as I'm able to buy time for Doubt to get into Imperial Camel as well as the game goes on, then there's not really any issue with that.
Awesome. Well, yeah, once again, congrats. I would have just a single, one more type of a question. Everyone can answer this. Just so far, you are now about to reach, you have reached the finals now. What are your personal thoughts about the settings that we have? Civ, Civ-wise, I mean Civ settings, map drafting-wise, and the fact that you have no Reese. Any opinions on that?
I think no restarts are nice because usually these things take so long anyway that no restart is really nice. I wish there was some sort of timer as well in terms of picking civs and deciding, just so there's a little bit more.
That's a good one, yes.
But obviously, no matter what, it's probably going to take a while.
Yeah, guess so as well.
But settings are fine. Hidden civ, no pick is also makes it faster as well without the draft.
Right.
Yeah, and the maps are fine as well, so I enjoy it.
Okay.
I think the only thing I don't like is that the fixed positions are always with the same colors. And then you basically know who you're against. You don't have to scout.
Right.
So,
Yeah,
I mean,
right.
scout is important, but still, like, okay, I'm versus Vikings or something.
Yeah, for sure, for sure.
You don't
for
have
sure.
to know who you're against.
That's a good one.
We are missing one part of the random of the Age of Empires, I think.
Yeah.
Okay.
That is a very good point. I thought about this yesterday. I mean, it came to my mind only as a spectator, so it's very important that you guys say this as well. That's true. Well, something to think about the future. Maybe not having it anymore. As you say, it takes away the randomness. We appreciate the randomness, so...
Picking the pocket is good, no matter what. It's
Yeah,
just
picking the
randomness
pocket.
and the flanks.
Yeah. Like, the thing is that you should not know who you're against before you're in the game, actually, and you scout him. Because now 6, he was against blue, and 3 versus 4. So, okay, before the game, you knew that it was against Leagues or against BB.
Yeah, no, that's definitely significant point
yes.
that you mentioned.
Any opinions from Mr. Doubt?
About what? Opinion about what?
Okay, don't
About
worry.
the positions, it's good, man.
Okay, it's good. It's good. I'm gonna take it's good.
To be, man.
Perfect. I do have the 2 final questions, and then it's okay. It's over for me in terms of questions. One for Tato, one for Viper. For Tato, in the final game, after that trash, man, did you feel? I guess you were probably feeling a little bit more. You were getting more negative feelings than your teammates. Do you feel like the game was slipping out of your hands after that?
Not really, because as long as Dow didn't get too much damage, and Viper was mine, and he was going FC Bloom, so I was sure that my idea was to delay. After that point, I knew that I was dead, so I only had to delay as much as I could,
right,
and let my teammates be ahead of the guys.
Great. The final one for the Viper would be: did you feel any pressure at any point having to carry with Mayans and pull all your fast castle while Lix was it Lix, right? That was coming to you with towers and everything, delaying you. Did you feel any pressure?
No.
I mean, well, obviously it's pressuring me per se. I don't know if you mean in the game or as like a...
If you individually as a
mentally.
team member felt pressure to carry your team.
Carrying down. Always pressure me.
We had that with the Imperial Camels, of course, but you were the one going for fast castle.
No, I mean, my uptime was fine for, I got up to few lanes just as he came in with the towers, so I always felt safe and just make towers whenever I need to and then get transitioned to plume dodgers, and from that point on, Mines is just super powerful, so I was always confident.
Okay.
Awesome.
All right. Perfect then. Guys, thank you so much for taking this time for the interview, and congratulations. We're gonna continue with the stream. Thank you so much, guys.
See you tomorrow, guys.
Thank you.
All the best.
See ya.
All right.
Enjoy. Bye.
Enjoy.
Bye bye.
Channel